mercy for the cripple. Papa, you chamony uncle.
Na 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 na. Oh yeah. So pass some Daniel for two some more. I'm going to for radio. Till me, Bamaso. So pass some Daniel for two some more. I'm going to for radio. Till me, Bamaso. You made this require to be inside. Bamaso, hey yes, super. I'm going. You made this require to know it is there. Bamaso, hey yes, super. I'm going. Achibobo kao, fire chief kao, Prince Bombardier kao, Ejana Casa Papa Smiley. Achibobo kao, fire chief kao, Prince Bombardier kao, Ejana Casa Papa Smiley. Papa Smiley bebo yumpa, Bamaso, bebo yumpa mweni ajipa, Bamaso, obeke wasempa mwe futupa, Bamaso, bemu wajimpa dia bobrapa, akwentu for radio, tune in, obebo yumpa, obema weni aji, obeke wasempa, obetu fupa, Bamaso, 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 yeah, obebo yumpa, obema weni aji, obeke wasempa, obetu fupa, Bamaso, 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 so pass some Daniel for two some more. I'm going to for radio. Till me, Bamaso. So pass some Daniel for two some more. I'm going to for radio. Till me, Bamaso. You make this require to be inside. Bamaso, hey yes, super. I'm going. You make this require to know it inside. Bamaso, hey yes, super. I'm going. Achibobo kao, fire chief kao, Prince Bombardier kao, Ejana Casa Papa Smiley. Achibobo kao, fire chief kao, Prince Bombardier kao, Ejana Casa Papa Smiley. Papa Smiley bebo yumpa, Bamaso, obebo yumpa mweni ajipa, Bamaso, obeke wasempa mwe futupa, Bamaso, obemu wajimpa dia bobrapa, akwentu for radio, till me, Bamaso. Monday to Friday, 3 to 7 p.m. Papa Smiley, one on call.
Baby Bobo, abase wokromo, Obama, abake Ghana, abake wekurase.
Yo, what's up, people? This is Reggie Mboli, and you're listening to A24 Radio. You don't know. Keep it loud.
Wednesday, 11th of August 2021, approximately 9 minutes gone past 1500 hours British Summer Time, and that will be 9 minutes gone past 1400 hours GMT. We're here live on A24 Radio, Abrabopa Radio, A24 Radio GH, as well as on all our social media handles: Facebook, A24 Radio /TV, YouTube, A24 TV, Twitter, they call it Periscope at A24 Radio, and on Twitch, A24 Radio, with another edition of Bamaso. This is where discerning Ghanaians, of course, like you, with discerning thoughts, we come just to figure out what we need to do in our own corners, be it medium, small, huge, in order to have that very beautiful Ghana that we so much want to have. So from this very moment onwards, it's all about guiding ourselves to that very way of life that will lead us to the very beautiful Ghana that we so much want to have. So if you are joining us for the first time, whatever the reason may be reminded here, it's all about we working on ourselves frantically in order to be able to be the vehicles of change, to be the catalyst of change, to be that object of change that we need to forge our nation forward. As simple as that. So to this effect, I would humbly welcome you once again to Bamaso. And Chiaka said, "Dear Mudo, dear more people, and come out, maybe I will be a ne Wukwada. August there, Tosso Duba Queen, or do a video to A24 Radio, Abrabopa Radio, and A24 Radio GH. Say Facebook, Unsuna Wa, and then say A24 Radio /TV, or YouTube A24 TV, or Twitter and so at A24 Radio, and at Twitch, and so A24 Radio. And then Wukwada a questions and answers version of Bamaso. So I say, you will say questions, baby. Ne apa no ye enti memo akwaba e de abadwumadie so na se de adwumadie ne tie bia no the fundamentals ne de ye ntontwene esanse ha ye be hwe kwan ye betumi afa na ya bo obra na e wo se ye bo no my Ghana efa ne ntuma pa efra ade ba ko amahu e wo ye mu bebre e ho ene se mpanyimfo kan asem bi o mo se hwe obi asaso nemfa nya de be nemfa nsa ona se hwe obi epa se de osi eto ne pa nemfa nya de be ento pa na ne tintin ne tietie nyina ene se ye mududu na no se ohwe se de ye boye ye bra no ewo o my Ghana mu a se na no ne ka se o ba na koye se bubu na bu we bu bi na we bu bi na so bi nya adwuma ewo aban adwuma mu kra na oye adwuma na adwuna ewo ntrim nyina ne se wo pe minsi bi na onye sika kakraka bi ewo ho na odi akọ oben enuanom bibiri na busebuse omo a omso na omo wosoro honom no mpanyimfo no hedi a omu di sika yi obi kura ba mo examples o man penny credit me for aeroplane 15,000 pounds per hour na me de akitiwa ya me di na o be ka ho asem masa jade o ye no kura na ya na ɛha adwene nokorɛ sɛ so was cite examples bi to say kyerɛ yes you can't dispute such examples but adeɛ baako a also hu ɛne sɛ unhwɛ obi asa so na mfa nyɛ deɛ bɛyɛ umfa ansa sɛ wokɔ party na ahwɛ obi sɛdeɛ obi sa na woyɛ wadwene sɛ wobɛsa bi a in fact wobɛhunu sɛ watom koraa, you mess yourself up. Na ɛnyɛ easy saa sɛ people will be able to keep to their way of thinking or keep to their own make their own decisions irrespective of sɛ obi yɛ biribi anaasɛ obi nyɛ biribi. Ɛnyɛ easy. Ɛyɛ obiara ne level a ɔyɛ dɛ bɛyɛ waduro. But nka ne papa mu a nka wonhwɛ obi asa so na wayɛ dɛ bɛyɛ nso wasa. Nti nokorɛ sɛ bia wobɛtumi cite several examples as to how certain things are not going very well up there. But hey, nkwa na aba you, right? We all came individually. Nti sɛ obi ɛsa mezo a ɛno nkyerɛ sɛ wo nso sa mezo. Ebi a na wo adoa na wo sa no ɛbɛboa wo paa sen sɛ wo kɔ akɔsa mezo no bi. Obi sa akaida. Ebi a na wo akaida wokɔsa anhwɛ a wo na koraa bɛpa ama wate ahwe ama wapira. Na emom ebi a na shanku ana ebi a wo sa ɛbɛboa. Manhwɛ obi asa na nyɛ deɛ bɛyɛ na mfa nsa. Nti me say bɔmmɔden sɛ at all cost wa wobɛsa wasa. Sɛ mpanyimfoɔ no mpo sɛ na no na me ne taxi driver ne ka no sɛ mpo ɔde ɛmfa no in an extreme situation. Mpanyimfoɔ no sɛbi nyansa ne deɛ obiara wɔ bi na emom ebi deɛ ada. Tie ni yo nyansa no obiara ɛwɔ bi. Deɛ nti a meka sɛ nyansa no obiara ɛwɔ bi ɛne sɛ baabi a yɛnyina yɛfiri baayɛ no we all emerged. Let's put it this way, every wave of the ocean emerged from the ocean. Now every wave of the ocean emerges with the saltiness and the wateriness of the ocean. But believe you me, and yet every wave, and I say every wave will be and the name say over all the attributes of the ocean. Yes, and it is all done saka wave neba short, na so done saka ha utimun say oh and chini wom or don so kaka epokese no so hwa utimun say oh yes and chini de be ewom. Enti ye nyina nyansa no ye de be yewo bi. Na emom enye de ye nyina na nyansa no asore anase eye adwuma da bi ebi de adeda. Ebi de ada. Ebi de ada. Obia obi na emom obia ebi de ayedebe adeda. Ebi de asore kakra, ebi de so de no in fact esore kakra na atofom. Obia obi esan se baby nyina efiri bae no we all emerge from the same source. Na emom akase wo de na na se me de no bibi be kenya no na asore. Enti yɛmfa ne sɛ yɛmpanyimfo no nyansa no ada. So mu nyansa no ada ɛno nkyerɛ sɛ de meka no wo bɛhwɛ so mu nyansa ada no na wo so wahwɛ han na wo so wo de na akoda dabi. Have a mind of your own. Enti abrante no wɔde ne car na bobɔ amranim basa mobobom sa ne sɛ anya bia yɛmfa ne sɛ yɛmpanyimfo no nyansa na ada ada. Nti ɛkwan yɛ a wo sɛ nkagya wo hwɛ na wo hwɛ yɛ ma yɛ no wo nyɛɛ. Asa mpempenso yi a me no te ka yi me yɛ sure sɛ nyɛmpanyimfo ne kurasti anim. Nti sɛ de tie bia no sɛ wode car no bɔam n'anim gengengen ne wanya abotra sɛ nyɛ mpanyimfoɔ no na ɛyɛ yi o hɔ na aberanteɛ no hyɛ aseɛ bɔɔ break hɔ na mehu sɛ my goal is been achieved. My goal and say I will put you in the position of wanting to change. I'm not here to change you. I will put you in the position of wanting to change. That is all my goal. Enti abrantie emra me busa na sa question na ana me hu say kai ni nyansa na na bi ada no enyane nti hɔ na oti break so ha na oti break so kama afei me enjoy ride no kama pa enti me say enhwɛ obi asa so na mfa nsa enhwɛ obi asa so na mfa nsa so hwɛ obi asa so na ade sa ɔhaw bi wɔ mu a wa na ɔbɛyɛ deɛ bɛ ɔbɛha wo ho enti mesrɛw ɛne die ɛne ahobrɛaseɛ kwan so yɛabɛyɛ deɛ yɛbɛyɛ yɛ ho aduro yɛbɛyɛ yɛ ho aduro paa obiaa ɛbɛbu akonta obiaa everyone ɛbɛbu akonta if you think we simply came here just to eat pee, poo and sleep and that is the end you have to think twice again think it twice kakra ho so even 3 times kakra dwene 3 times na huni say for everything in the universe coming into force to make it possible for you to be here no you are not here to play it small, you are not here to joke, you are not here to eat, drink, pee, poo and sleep and go away. You give account. As to how you give your account, at least to phone say judgment day. There be judgment day. But we will still give account, whatever the case may be. And see, so here said the doctors as a danger all the way in Roehampton and Atena. And an anketia basin stoke. And as I already are Woodstock. Dr. Ebenezer Mufabuatin or Wahine Champon. A Jacosi watching. And Adolfo Kenyana Etienne, dear, naturally say, Papa Smiley and which now going to follow their name when I'm then check and say, they would do you and my war. So, na kakra. Yeah, here quite bit me afa, or man, afa, then to mapa, efra. Na no na me ne Capito, ya bonkomo, ewe chire ho. Na so ahwe. Nkruma ist na no ade ba ko a omuta enim ye pa when na UP for na de kai ofatwum wo say UP for wo mo yi oya o kan the simple wo mo attempt on Nkruma life be bre no abon bebre okay all right omuta ye pa omuta ka na Capito de ba ku bi breme na ikusa Capito say Capito minim sa story we say nim ya tap me tate pa say wo mo tata Nkruma no mo ye ni say no mo ye ni say na in the midst of all these things that were happening to Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah no, he was able to find a way to outwit the very ones who were at him. Yes, he was able to find a way to outwit them. And no omotaka. Oh, he even won elections while he was in prison and what have you. Omoka. Nenye bia a dear ana current Nkrumah is the omo who sisi omo ye to outwit the very ones who may be at them as well. Aye. Nkrumah de wa baby amanfo chesi no at some point in time he was able to outwit all these people. Nkrumah is the omo who sisi no. What are they doing to also go around the situation? Just as Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, he was able to go around the very ones who were at him at some point in time. Capito say ohia be 15 minutes na saa asɛm we ɔne abɔ ho nkɔmmɔ paa enti ansa koraa na mɛma deputy Akwaba no ma mentie Capito kakra na Capito wi a yama deputy officially Akwaba Akwaba
Open me Josepa.
na impom ɛte sɛ
Oh, Yamia to you, papa.
good
You, papa.
good ɛneɛ ama atiefoɔ ahu deɛ nti a ɛnɛ mama wadi deputy speaker anim right
Yes, sir.
enti straight away no sɛdeɛ mebɔɔ atiefoɔ amanneɛ no ma yɛhu current Nkrumah ist sɛdeɛ at some point in time ɔsagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah at from all the bullets, all the ammunitions that were being thrown at him, he was able to outwit woman no tata no at some point in time at the end as I Nkrumah ist mo sisia no musua free osaje for strategy ho na mo so motim dia outwit the very ones who are after you.
Papa Smart Medasi, make here in your number. Also, what do we for to station would say? Let me cheer Kwame Nkrumah and Kwada in fact, Ghana for now. Because I saw Nkrumah can tell you, Betty. Nkrumah, Effa the whole Ghanaian so. Nkrumah, the two papa no Archer. If you are 70, if you could 40 years. And I say I call 50, he hasn't got a clue about Kwame Nkrumah. One thing with Yaku school Kakrano. We know about the world history.
Capito, let's put ourselves in perspective. We are not here to listen anything about Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. What we want to know and say, what is the current Nkrumah ist also doing to outwit the very ones who may be after them, just as Kwame Nkrumah was able to outwit. So don't tell us about how Nkrumah outwitted the very ones who were after him. What is the current breed of Nkrumah ist doing in their ways to outwit the very ones after them? That is all.
Okay, the straight answer is that the current Nkrumah ist you per se Nkrumah Kwame Nkrumah or introduce to Ghana. You per se so. Instead, me lecture. That's why I introduced in the who Nkrumah was. Kwame Nkrumah is the finest and the best ever leader in Ghana. Obia knew what Krasebi or back closer to his achievements and the way of ruling nation or governing. No one comes close to him. In fact, I cannot compare anybody to him. Not Buzia, not Kufuor, not Rollins, not Tamils, not Mahama. No, of course, not Nana Akufo-Addo. Obia don't come closer to me because the man was totally different from all of them. They want a plan, no? We got his plan. The plan they say implement. That's so precisely the answer is that all the CP4 no. It's Kwame Nkrumah no. Ya pese yes original the 2024. Yes ya competition ni bi. Ni ye dikunyum amede gidi so say ye baka bom na ya competition which is the general election. They are sure that this time so ya babado Nkrumahism will come back. So we continue the work. Nkrumah Shasa, oh yeah, Buzia, and I say MP before a tune.
All right. You see, as to a year said, yeah, Nkrumah no, you're different, no. We are all different in our own unique ways. Now, yes. It's a question, no, I don't know, say, yeah, what's my deputy, and I was Abana will be changing more because maybe I see, you know, whatever the case may be, you know.
Yes.
He had a strategy as to how he was able to even win elections. Wow, said no prison me boy.
Oh, the prison, no, really, no, okay. The government general who will be an apple for pay.
Yes.
Now you have won the election.
And then who yet, you know, so who ye did say? Who ye did say? So,
Actually, 1972 the actually.
I check.
Yeah,
Oh,
mathematical calculations. 1972
uh-huh,
1972
uh-huh,
up to 2021 there. Yeah, but for 9 about 49 years now.
that's right. That's
Papa
right.
no
Uh-huh. And he said, yeah. Of all the things that was being hauled at him, he was able to overcome, and then can be say, and say, oh, strategy we say, yeah, we, we, said the bear, and so we will be able to triumph. But I think say, the over to me, I can't say, no exceptional being into no munina more carbon na Kenya the plan for Ghana. You know, maybe
9.
okay.
Ya training man na won no. Ya treso.
Okay. All right then. Abito.
Nti wo awunyum a wo bɔ no kura kira e man yi se be ye o. E penifo nya ye ne so about you. So the same thing. The words in that nyum na wo bɔ is here. Penifo ye no ne so ye ba about you. So that's all. Nkrumah is the children of Nkrumah, the great grandchildren and all that. Ye about so. Because more musis no who ma disappointing. Who let you Ghana down. Papa.
I see. Abito, who support two team by?
Originally, 2 teams, so Cape Coast Mysterious Dwarfs and the Secondary 11 Wives. And now we can UK.
You can have support two team by.
On West Bromwich Albion.
And then what and any West Brom.
West Bromwich, yes, West Brom. West Bromwich Albion. Yeah, that's right.
Some of them money Premier League damn boy.
Yeah, NG Premier League there, but in early times, we were in top. We were at the top when even Man U was down. In the 70s, in the 1970s, we were top. We in Wolverhampton Wanderers, and Bolton Wanderers, and I were top. So, Man U now Arsenal, Manchester City, no remember Chelsea, no remember when we were there before the Premiership was formed. Before the Premiership was formed, first there was super. Then bridge and done.
And he said, you can't the spirit of West Brom. What comes into mind?
We had Cyril Regis and one of the first black players they aroused the interest of blacks in the Midlands and even in the nation. Those days, na blacks cry and Bob Premiership or English Football League, na blacks and Bob. Who bought could do bananas on you, toilet roll and all that. We went through a hell of a lot until now. Until the Midlands, we supported. Of course, we lived with them. They played. We lived with them. We had no choice. That was our local football team, and of course, in Wolverhampton as well. If you in that area, no blacks need go up. So supported and Aston Villa, and even Coventry. And even now Leicester City. So Midlands teams, that's how we got to this in my family. Yeah.
And current West Brom. I always see an spirit of old West Brom somehow do you think is present in them?
Yes, interesting question. I mean, we have got 92 football clubs in England, yes, in England. Or a family affiliation. Sorry. We are Roman Catholic, Kenya. We are Roman Catholic. But the same, but sanity. Bushia England, Chrome ha. Bushia Bia won a football club. How can I say war hairdresser? Bushia Bia Wukroma or a football club. Until I wish a big Scotland. And so the team your West Brom Albion. And I said the team your Wolverhampton Wanderers or more Boba to fit Scotland especially FA Cup. They travel. That's one. Finance is the best. One of the best things you can talk about. Except Abrafo. If you are to Europe, they say ni team call FA Cup. Oh, off plane ba oba Wembley Boshe. That's the spirit they got. So much. The Abrafo woman devotion to particular football clubs, if you like. Woman Sakura, if you're any great grandfather Nadine, woman you Arsenal for whether we drop one up or down, they don't care. See West Brom, and film I call back to Division 1 or the old Division 1 championship. You must support one studio.
Okay.
But it's that way, who worry on this Ujai. Marry forever and ever. It's out. You join the team forever.
And no, said support no one side of the spirit of West Brom, right?
Yes.
But there are other sides, which includes how the players, previous players, no mutimi ku omo ho e ball no, right?
Yes.
On say Oshe Kumasi Asante Kotoko and they talk about some of the previous players. Said they no musi ku omo ho e ball no e ma team na. Some people may say and they know enya sa and the TB, right? Nti support no e wo honom, but oba on the field of play no so a Oshe said they na previously players no e ball na would you say that commitment ni na that who hosisi?
Yes, but that's what I say who sa club na we say Asante Kotoko. Asante Kotoko, me and my friends, me and no na dia wo Kotoko. Nothing will change them. Nothing will change their mind. Asante Kotoko for woman said woman UK US, Canada. My God, you can't put them down. Whatever it is, no Asante Kotoko. And yes, the same. Cape Coast draft the same. In second 11 was Hazaka, so great Olympics. Yeah, never fair. The serious ones, no, make an ordinary one who jump from club to club. That be Antissa. Yes, I think it's a woman Ghana, be a Chelsea, woman Tiasuka, woman at Chelsea, Manchester United, woman Tiasuka, they are my youth. Yeah, yesterday. Because we call Ghana, weekends, almost match a woman, but UK, British Premiership. And I said, Bundesliga and all that, European, because 7. The teams now organize. You had the woman from Bar, you regard one way and Shakra. What so? Because you do your Asante Kotoko, team is your power, House of Folk, Olympics, who miss you up over there, still powerful, even though none of them has got a sports stadium. Funny enough, how kind of funny, this is how funny we are.
Okay.
Kotoko is sports stadium. What you say?
Yeah.
House of Folk, women sports. The first in the beach side, one bubble. They don't have sports stadium.
Okay. All right.
You come, Ubia was supposed to walk down to say, yeah, it's not just a football park. Conference rooms in Yama Akasi, so many people are employed by all the football clubs.
Okay, all right. Abito, I think say now standing on this analysis, right?
Yes, sir.
If we are to invoke any spirit of Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah for the current breed of Nkrumah, what spirit do you think we can invoke in order to help you guys, triumph? To say the Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah,
I'll use one word: the spirit of development, improvement, changes, making things better than we came to meet, than our colonial masters left to us. National development. That's the biggest one. And that was the plan Nkrumah had. He was still working with it until he was removed from power. That's our plan, no? We do have the plan. We have the plan. Ono na ye say Yakupon anya adom yes, in your position. If I'm what you're because it's a massive plan. It's a massive plan. Papa no, he was not a lawyer, he was not a teacher, he was not an accountant, but he was a real, a truest politician, political science student. Sebi Ugusian with US and send all the back Ghana to implement it. That is why he started working successfully.
Okay. All right. Fabito, memwa homeso na yama deputy Akwaba. Yaku anim no, mesa aba also. Why? Mesa aba also. Thank you. Thank you. Any deputy you to ho ne yanko fire. And the deputy. Obana Vigate.
Oh, good. And where?
Me too good, pa. Me too good. Na deputy. On say ya na yetete say. Say o akwantuom na akobi adwuma ewo Ghana. Wanya obi ama na ahweso yi a wodon sabe guti, right? Ne na no abranti bi asem a o ka kire me o say ne fie ne guest room empa esi honom ene ne ma eguso ono wani nu yakora atamo mpa no koton ediye, right? We hear several stories here and there say ukoyi bibi wo fie na wanya obi ama na ahweso a na eja onsa esi form na abranti bi say wahwehwe mu a no wahu bibi onsa na no ne ebusa say eno ne sa series ni anhya da ntoa so what good can we learn from each tribe ya shase wo yenuanom asante force, right? Na abranti ne say wahwe form a no wahu say se wo bia dwuma anasa wo bibi a wo pese wo de hye wo binsa wo akwantuom na pese wo de hye wo binsa e wo Ghana momodia fama yenuanom ayi before wo mo be hweso kama e de amawo na nya bia fire wo experience ni bia na wo do bibi agya ibeni bia wa hweso kama because wo kire say sankrofo no level of integrity no e high pa wo similar experience bia na.
Baba, me da se mam chem secretary menim se ne nkrofo tie no oboard manso papa eba ko en mam ncha me dofo pa ai gbeni oloyon papa me cha oloyon am cha dofo patisha fantini ba mama ncha no kese no ko mama michi ono nso oya santini ba papa asma
who dey ni etie
it's not Aigbe ana Nzimeni ana Santini ana Mfantini nipa no kan asase ka che so mani ni go so ekrum ha me ba ha me hu ndwuma bebre agu adwuma nipa eni kriti adwuma nipa na eye nti se uyi adwuma na wa uyi adwuma wanya ni papa mfama no a ebesei na se sa na nipa ko no kan dia and dem sero Aigbeni abetran Ghana so Ghana unja a company if you want to be technical minded it's because it's been managed it's an institution whatever you want to call it 19 years ago she say it's not about Aigbe achim see
na chama yibi de se nya cha yibi wana chama yibi we ayibi ya ka yibi asa chama yibi we nya yibi wana
you have a point but it's solid
okay all right then shake mo
point but
said you also the na o kan nya solid na sa na msimi de nya solid ntimi fa nya adwuma
esa intina wo ho kwan interrogate me no nti obetumi aka say chama Igbe no enya Igbe but Igbe obu o mpa 100 if na Igbe no nya papa obu o half And so, oh, my man can't say me. I shouldn't have said it because I am penny football for years. So I said it. Even when you so much, and I'll come to assembly of the can, of which you know I totally disagree with you. Papa smiled. Me near penny. The bar or tosso, me, or your bar. Get it, Uko, lawyer, you have been, you know. You're only 6 months. And I'm not saying, when you're fully a person, maybe because you'll be 9 months. The video school started as you are when you second that. So I don't do colleague. It's not about what Papa Smims a handed, not the. It's not about what Papa at the Sachi Bubu do now what would there be. And it's unfortunate that I could find wait and I said, Namamonkoso. But we have seen short people they have been performing. One of the expensive items in humankind, Messi, Mr. What is that?
Debbie, Unrachi.
Indeed, Baba, when it comes to management or managing something, it's not about English, no Germans or Chinese, Papa, but a nipanso and a man nipa in Papa. A nipa and a man nipa in Papa. And the same my team. Yankopon, Mama America, as beauty as we see today, Dubai. No, a nipa na yenisa. Now let me go away to maybe into touching back on say.
Oh, send you on say, okay, no. Oh, on send you interrogate you say on what grounds in the man cast as him. Because me born, me pa hon to makakra because no che say o me yankrophobia o mu di nokre, right?
Oh, Papa's married.
Oh, for example.
Papa's married. So go be a papa man, or buy you crew. No a constable. You find a attack. Was a mechanic, Mrs. Minion Cosibuachi, Onimino. Or obey a sergeant, or two be to a bank, robber or a thief. Or more bonabasso by inspector. Or you took the power, or no more dear sa. I'm a samba. Your whole mama, we enjoy them, you know. Papa man answers, and I say, we are pushing here, we were humans who want things to be before they are assassin at that one. Yet, by baby Bunza. Papa wasn't it was the kind of Sebi, won't mean can tell me say, will be any answer, open it for me answer. Oh, gold, oh, oil,
you see what we say, oh, come as some name kind of me. Okay, only a cost me too.
Open for the answer. Now, oil will be unto to do it. Was in the amount 10% out of 100. Now, dear, Nyansa, intangible. You have to only demonstrate for people to know. And this I know I'm there by a Nyansa, intangible element or quality. We can only see it through demonstration. That is a service, no? So you can only see it through demonstration. Into me banam say, Atisha, me nyana be yen say. How can I do it unless it's been demonstrated? I say, hey, Papa, Mr. Kitiosen, fire. I can't do it upon. Oh, is able to testify, say, me do it upon say, Achi. Nachi was so or the dad so tom. Now fire. My God, this. I can't do it upon. Why is he able to see that through the demonstration? Sana nyansante. Inti, you will be all nyansa. You will be only nyansa. I like your spiritual explanation, but in reality, you will go for more nyansa. We can see the wisdom through the demonstration. What you do. You do on swan. Who to say only nyansa will Jimmy through the demonstration. The book me na kan say so be libia mama nsu onkosia once maka ha kan nti you bia na onyansa anu de obi a obi banyansa na wo gold obi beje we say mama 10% na be too good no onyansa wo he uti nsuo ho o kan nsuo fi Malaysia aba okuru onyansa wo he masa nti onse bedi anya na wa kanti o amanfo se na nse me no nya disagreement o man nye but wo kan na me no agree a we say deputy me beba masem we enya na nko a maka over the years on this platform ama bombadi me na mhye ne kutupa okodi na yire aduane o Ghana because say o ware oba to Ghana 5 to 10 years who ne yire wa ba tena blotir sem tekitiosen there be afu train enam snow mu na o car esi garage o takrade a uni car nti se ka se amanfo me emoti wo ha uye bi unye bi nti se what party as say misters mo metna ha there be tna wonya mister because for 5 to 10 years you can't demonstrate that this my wife one now you we do anidi pono na boa o ma wa ya se egegewo na enwuma am no ka say fire my ass be fine and I just say oh yere
on say
mami me
okay we can say the first that we can
oil gold whatever you don't take those things to your benefit. They are not resources marketing resources inti enye nipa dase ni bia na wonyansa sebi nkan ma hu nyansa asen oba ade nkofo bebre abo mu ndi papa wode ayi no ma atapa awani o akwa ye kuba ba efo mu kwacha wasi de no ene de nkan na no fa sibi na he this awani unzo edru abe transmenti unzo edru biyo what do you say inti
okay all right what were you honana
inti ni amebeza micho ni say what how yenzimeni what how uni say asafa do oba kachiro nzema fo a omo mu kurase in a certain day in a certain place no untumi ni eni obiska ba mi say no so yes I dey no be a woman that be fit locality on and to be into the environment that will create will let you have a good people that can manage business because it's about you creating that environment for that right person. So if it's a way where I'm any or draw in your tra and cobra by say a drawing chili until also one bad sense of my fault. In your back, Kumasi, one bad said as anti for. It's not about a tribe or a given group of people. It's about you choosing the right person, creating that environment for him. It doesn't matter a bobacon, a cum, no mammy.
Okay, all right.
Men know in your drink the beer that said, will be any answer. But one man we are doing say, a bill more yansa, no yansa not that. The bill may be cry, Papa 100%, no crawana, yet you're going to invest.
Okay.
Young Vanco.
All right. You see, the na make saying na and say, right? Bibiana a way muno, right? A way munemo, we have to activate it, right? May I sure say, Obi Busa question be along the way. Utim Huni say, Nipana draw attention to something that you might have overlooked. Na me mencha se ene menche chimu ana me de manyina ene se yenam wiase you know ye nyina no ye wo some very wonderful things, beautiful things within us, but they need to be activated. I was say sani wa woni mobile phone na sefui so I was say activating ye ma bia e wo yemu one of them no any saa nyansa ya meka ho asɛm yi no na obi wɔ hɔ no mu a obi hu obi de obi hu obi demonstration said ye wo kan ɔhwa na Kenya no na activate ne de no why de be na wahya ase EU so ne de ɛne ye wo de pono ɛyɛ mfato ho obi wɔ hɔ no mu a
Papa, because I'm connected.
enye wana kan ye so na kan ye
Baby, I did a contest. Nam the share.
send ye some instrument the other example no fa contest for ana
Me say, my man can't now. Once will be because of fire.
I do
me see, who year, my man can't be. Who year 5 to 10 years. Who know, we know Ghana. Maybe you want that. We need year.
Okay, all right.
One of you will do anything. Then you pronounce one and quite say mobile.
Okay, who soup on here, but Miss Mindy Pono no
we pronounce 2 years.
I will hold more so or help no not the catalyst at the idea of person or the idea. Or the idea was or dear. So Obiane idea or obey you soon not a Kenya the only into action. And when I made me free bar, ain't no, so can say now Bob and Penny for being say we were omunim nyansa. Omunyansa no mimi hunu sa ye debe adate said na na me catch on enwunyane na kwa me ye de
and enwunyane no
ai
na Ghana for you enwunyane no
obia ne de ye di nyane ne nyansa obia ene de ye di nyane ne virtue a ewunimu and that is where I'm coming from now on the issue of say akwantuo ya o ka sa asem no pa na minim se enya bia se waware oyire organ se bombadi waware legally kama wabetena kwantuo mu be say 10 years
I speak of smartness me the time
wabetena abrochire be 10 years
I don't just set up just say yeah one this to one factory 100 years no I give you time me say 5 to 10 years
5 to 10 years na enya bia after 5 to 10 years no legally no krata da so se wo yire no ya na enye adwuma bi wa na
ewu a universal law
okay.
5 to 5 from 5 years oba bi wa ware na won nti no the law see it as no wife oba men kan jiro
okay
Mr. Kitios unim this enye Ghana law a universal law because one no opese oba no badwoman and I want to in Bonini. Okay, so who puno no banner there, okay, Bonini Casso, or the power warranty after 5 years. No, I found ready. This is universal, and Ghana law, and your British are universal, and it's also universal by common sense.
Okay,
accept work of fact.
Salary, your friend is a boy and cry, your friend on say. Oh,
Siabtema member.
Okay,
it come under what you call separation.
Okay,
what separate the woman for 5 years. Call marriage. How be home. There are 5 things on a big naso.
But a separation and divorce.
Now, so then I can say it come under divorce, no? Under divorce, no? That section, no? You're trying to separation, and on my court, no be so just you have separated from the woman above 5 years, and therefore you can be recognized as a wife. And I'm saying common sense. Say we ja oba to say Patricia analoloyo. To Ghana for 5 years. Catches women in ye no. I say many ye. So Kwabu to Kurana. Mo Mamma, you know, when you're into for 5 years and see if Ukabu to Kurana. So nature even will tell you that something has gone wrong. But poverty, over the years, people get married, leave the woman there. Over 5 years, and continue to say, or man is scanning says no, and we know what go under the bridge. And you the papa. Also, sir, I did be say even assassin pono. Chiefs that are very smart. Look what yes, I say. Then 5 years. It depends the locality. Even some places today 2 years. I hope you know that in Ghana.
Yes.
In Pakistan, 3 years. You can't let them as a simple lease we are demand bono. Once you rent for years, 100 years, 80 years. This is a natural tenor, a daho. Bet me kutu kurenim. I like a Yankopans from young count, a prophet. Was it Bemo by sound? Young Guano 61. What did 61? Why Musudia? So do a better for 5 years. Usman will be a man in Sanka. Unso could deep. Nedriane. Prophecy in 61. We are number 4. In the Enumpo Danche. And there are certain things we don't need to go and read. Your common sense will tell you, Sadia me, and you papa. But, Obi is a bombarded median as acceptable. We near 1 year wako, 2 years wako, Bonibianim. Now, so the 2 fellow. Never smell the same you. Will compete a year we see. We so uncommon 5 years, now, but also it can't perform as it's performing today.
Very slow. Very slow.
A room for yes, slow to me impo. Now, what the camera a phone cancel. Say, phone can be our mom is good too.
I was telling you about things that we need that needs to be activated on the phone.
Activate them, that's it. I want to be coming 45 ampa. Things that need to be activated. And you be an old phone, be a move. Phone more any camera. Me will not carry the Kogana, any camera. And one sound cancer because at the home it may be beer, with the core forest, with the Kobe beer minia network.
And you be behind the Timina was off.
And Timina was off. What I say? I don't know. Me quite may try me to that point. Also, me cook around me because by me to from Mount Fontaine, me quite. I don't know me use Obiazo any me. Now I say, oh, my phone, I'm at all. I say, I forgot about the issue. What I say? And then you can say activity camera no.
On say what I mean to tell you when I say so all the phone to honor more. Oh, say phone bia no a phone bia didn't lame, right? Inti say yan fa ne say me the Samsung ato honor more. Untimi fa de ne me de be. E meto to Samsung. There be en fa de ne meto to ho. But ade e wo sa Samsung ni mu no, right? That came from the original settings, from the factory. So open so use what it needs to be what activated, right? That is the point that I'm bringing in.
Okay. But so I'm okay. So online is here. Ubon so my WhatsApp sign at all. But activity am any
China phone na yema o.
Dabi not can 10. Also my request I go for because of corporate demands. Some for say a last for battery near 80. But also more bad into so promotion. The WhatsApp in at all. And so any activity Emma. But let's even use the ordinary ones na dey call am to mama. No what's happening? What's happening? Into me social the point I want to establish here and say, and your phone now and our WhatsApp in their default or camera. What you say?
That's right.
And then depending on the answer. Over activating day. Obu or what would you answer and now Oxford and Paba. Still, your man is a poor no who said about Oxford no. Said and near Kurabano, Fufuono, near the Suafum, not a billion tato. It's a put in your no. No, couldn't crew. What be president do? No, I yet a Ghana 1 year Tiffany Tauto. Then the power from have a near goon. When you answer away, you tell me that person have or answer. When you answer, what do you answer? Oh, indeed, what activity? Opa, man, go do Freemason. My father call also man call ye philosophy and yet dead. Nansan Bono. At the same phone, no care now. Battery, no, a check. Over to me, and they are sending whatever, but in the video camera, a room.
Okay, all right.
WhatsApp room.
Yati.
It is a Ubetima, one just simple and
whatever. I won't hear some Ubetima, and I won't hear some Miss Metuasi. But my who baby are free banner, right? Maybe point and then say. As long as you say, I dare no, a wolf phone, no sudden dear. you need to activate it. Who the ebi ni so. Who the ebi ni so ntina enfa to the ebi will be there so. And yeah, I'm talking about the things that are already on the phone. That is what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about things that are not there and you are going to put it there. No. I'm talking about things that are already on the phone. Ain't you know, Nokia there no. Nokia there okay no. Untimi and near a war Nokia so untimi fa meto to be other phone so there so. There be and then they untimi fa there.
Mr. Your mom come kakra.
Oh, your mom come.
Your mom come kakra. First time madam or the special buy now hospital now
I'm
the akola no koto a omo doctor bi obey examination o say ya hwe na so do you remember ya hwe ni fini o test what is also ya check nyansa
David man dey omo de ni bia omo be check say ni tiri no bibia ye okay a omo na mention intino actually no be activity
omo check even in hospital you have to demonstrate it
say on say
it is obi and demonstrate but all him living things to say camel they have senses or the hu ade or the tihan what do you say banyansa de we can only see it in a display into be a display only be that's the point though. And this here Mr. Kutios make a was that's what here all be over here Mr. Kutios over here was on here as some make a wuti or the now so neti but me we see na okesa I should be able to know Kutios onimiansa dey dia what demonstrate
I want them me no ya adwen
maybe am money di boom am say papa we nim yansa only be because the demonstration that expecting ama inti other say e nim am yansa every mama bensi who be uni be ada on say bibia trinity who be uni be ada e bi nim de e wo ho say na o kan no we need to activate it e bi ni bi kura inti no kese bia ni omo je na dan na bible no say omo nko ntete aho no mo nko sunya na kwan no mo nsu nyansa okay no ni be de just oba de ba no ko asie
yo ya fa no nsi ho no mo na ye de nyansa ka asemi papa bi wo say a foolish man complains about his torn pocket. A wise man uses it to scratch his balls. Nti on say the nyansa akasa na de capito ento hwenso kan asem kakra. Nti onyansani wo say a foolish man complains about his torn pocket. A wise man uses it to scratch his balls. Fire. Oje hu say. Hey, deputy. You too where? Na kabiansa na mako uncle body ne capito eso anyway the deputy mse bibi esini kwan ti memra capito so na menko uncle body so capito
open mu hapa
or say a foolish man complains about his torn pocket. A wise man uses it to scratch his balls. Odwen who say
you said the wise man, no, he finds an opportunity in every situation. Bibiam faso won. Tiniko to kun atitia. Sira we find another use for the torn pocket.
Okay.
Engineer open the no council pepe. Is thinking far and to use that opportunity to do whatever you're talking about now, to scratch himself if you like.
Okay, all right.
So outside, no, didn't say she look to compare. That's what he's going to do and obey relieved.
Okay, yenye transposition of this. Ewo yema Ghana mu na yemfa nka asem kakra. Ohwe ne yema ekoso yema Ghana mu a ekwan be so na obetime use sa yansani asemi. Ede atoto ho am yetimi akoyenim.
Painful account to Mamma Misuka. Also, Yansafo na Odin Chifua or Bombium. It is only a wise person who can detect a bone in an egg.
Okay.
Ordinary people cannot. Yansafo no Odin Chifua or Bombium. But am I making sense?
Me tell you all kind of me too.
So we know situation there are opportunities. And see, nipa objin a kind of power. The opportunities are always there. It's only those who are fools who they wouldn't find it. It's just like Bob Marley said, it's only a foolish person who just assumes also to come to know. He stands in a river, which is soon filthy. Or see, it be so when him so what we didn't tell Boman and be. So when him and that was a wise thing for that man to have said at that time, because he was too young to have had that philosophical way of thinking. Because he didn't suma or since coming to know. Or person back out and the be sent Sufi outside the brain who's all one soon. So in all situations, the opportunities it's up to us to find it and make use of it or use it. Yes, not all of us have that acumen or knowledge or know-how.
Said you know, in all the things happening in our country, Ghana, no. What are the opportunities in there?
Thank you very much. A good question. The young men and women in Accra or in Ghana, when we catch a Ghana government say, on to see money, fix the country. Woman say, Anyansafu in painful a papa woman in our own government. We Nanyasan you woman trim. Make a Yansan attempt to do fancy American. I did papa be in with him. Post near a mom just free. They don't think. Because when himself can cry, they got the brain, they got the know-how. But we stress out Kokam, Minister B. Crabber may see the phone. We stress out Kokam, President B. Because we see phone. I'm telling you the truth. Party is 77. President Nebusi Nibika on your cabinet minister Crow or power abandon. To put my sign a pay in film. Until pay for Biasro. And so fix the country is the best thing for every leader, not just for MPP. Every leader, every government, minima. So we minima and Kaubaye. I walk one a custom Joe's winter. Who was so die? So Kofi Kinata or Kasembi said, what done were done cry, business dance with an itch. But that's us.
Aye.
Who fear no were done cry, we a show. So I've got the biggest house in Ghana. No matter what, somebody too has got his small building behind you. You young one, what then would be a sim. Kofi Kinata, that's what he's saying. We sit down cry, BCCP. Or a small cry, doesn't matter. What done were done, Kurara, if you need this wood energy. You cannot build in the whole Ghana. The whole Takra, one to me sit down, son of boy, yes, sir. He's a young man, so as some okay, brains, good brains, a womb. So we learn from all these things. Like you're in a position of governance. Listen to the food. Nyansafu, the wisest man in the land. Who said, Papa Smalley? He's not able to be truthful. Who can advise the wisest person in the world? I know the person, and the person is the foolish man in the village. Okwasia, owo kurase wono. Ono, nobody me too on Nyansafu no effort because. Nyansafono, or somebody who is wise, he will argue with his fellow man or woman who is also wise. Wise people, two wise people disagree. But if one wise person and one foolish person, it works. Nyansafono osia free kwasiano did the woman in Popo Crown Shebino, or the veranda, or they have got the brains. The Osha Gana Kuna and owner, but down for me. Make a fancy American, but I'm for somebody who says is mad. Yes, so if you engage them in conversation or discussion, you say, one more dream, Papa. I was going to got some philosophy, but Chiribaka anything. Wajina ama wabadam. What I say? Maybe Abraham Maslow or one of them. Wajina papa, but a social scientist. Wabadam. You see the brain papa to wabadam. So I didn't want it to as small the your books or lecture universities and all that. So,
enti Kabito, openia sama can say the fool will complain about the torn pockets, no. And
yes.
the wise will use it to scratch his balls, no. And which I say there are opportunities within every problem, right?
Yes. In every situation.
In every situation, okay.
All situations.
All situations. Anna, would they call Ghana? No, say, and no, face the country. No, now the example. Sana can.
You know, Omakasa, fit the country and go so in painful woman tea. So, fix yourself. Excuse me,
Mebo. And to say, no, said the old kind of quite say, they said you're different from the papa can you because. Oh no, said the idea city be and we used to at the scratching the balls. And to Okasa woman fix it, and I just open so chile papa and say, well, what's in the pocket no. So I know can see how.
David.
Okay,
if you country for by whatever it is no, the big men, the men in power, in authority look down upon them as fools. And Tissa, yes, for instance, Asante, one of the greatest kings in Ghana, no. In Kofa, almost when I was young, one Jimmy, a Juan over here. That's all he knows. Subsebo, yeah, and may be an infant from you see for my net to fool him, album, you tuno. Not for the Onyahini, yeah, they even banish him or her from the that township or the village. You do know what they so no I am mobile. Unkofona yes sure apakan mun fantasy apakan so woman Jimmy eduma na woman ye na respect ne mouth. Na wo ye bibia on toward her na penfo tnase say madafo wo ye ohini biyawa sifoma bonwa there but because sure assume woman ye the basabasa say wo dwane and that's why they banish him or her from the village when it comes to that level. That's why there's a military coup d'etat you do what you should cry at you. You two come and say they want him even dead or alive. Of course, a two sister, we are all right. You two party, you two. Maybe a fine squad where we see all these examples. So it's a big statement. There's so much. In fact, I can write 5,000 words about that.
Okay, all right.
You know what I'm talking about. You will do that as well. I know you.
You, Kabito, you better do us. Right, you better do us now. Yamu who miss na mintie. Of a body. And Sunday,
Mopacho, see any time, more program before 7:30 to 8 p.m. Dinner, I show this Bibiania, then I'll jump in before that.
Beautiful, no problem. Mate, Kabito, with us. Yama of a body, Aquabo.
Yo.
Na impom.
Na me adon boko.
Good. What's it? The foolish. The foolish no. The oya say every now we are no complaining about the torn pocket, but the wise man will use it to scratch his balls. Oh, you know what say?
The foolish will complain and I quit.
A foolish man complains about his torn pocket. A wise man uses it to scratch his balls.
The Obi opening boss no just can you tree now just boss footballer and not tennis ball.
Sure.
You are so economic with the true work of visit.
The view me said the actual no hana me can yam na me the boss na share.
Just a penny new fear crowd. When you open Casana work a play what is not teaching. Now I can quick a car. It's as a boss, yeah, but the tennis ball and football. I'm sorry. Opening you are welcome. Thank you.
No.
Young call our body. What do you ask me out? Penny can say.
And I can tree.
And a capital, so now so back can you?
Okay, if I was not of it, and I'm a boy.
Let me can't send me in a tree, can't send me in a tree.
Not of it.
There be can't send me in a tree.
Who to watch it so? Who to go here? That's a who will for and Tasha. When I answer for the or the Sabbath church, and I'm hoping that a position. That's all.
Okay, I feel it. What of a wedding? Why change the wind also crossway? Why?
Yo, Papa. Eh, asemo. Enti no.
Would you say asem no ne ya adwena na ne nya adwen?
Fa baabi no. Me ne ya adwen kakra. Because na fa baabi so no
Ne nya adwen. Okay. Me who both sides ni nyina. Why?
Se kura na me nkyere mu. Se kura na me mfa hade. Kofa ha so na kofa politics.
Oh, and yes, and yeah, ultimate the foul, send you supporting evidence, me boy. It's no, baby, I'll share over to me at their support to a seminar, and I say over to me at their refute to a seminar, papa, ye kind of. Nina, age now, so until maybe I'll be a family uncle.
Me funny. Say. Somewhere I can an children will not air me. Ne sentence and I am a dim. Whom I be fast started. Say, you're not a Jimmy Free always. Oh, aha. Ye so yes, one as a fat. Ye no ma. Funny say, before crime for before your example. A normal a buy who I be musumai. Na abaye boniamai. Sadiana brofono fa, yeni uncle Kofu ya na sa brofono. Efa, omodi nyaso faso.
Oh, I'm say of a body out of form. Of a body out of form. Of a bat, of a body or. Okay, young quay, what's it? Young
quay. Enti Samu Nasa, Nipano opese or chere. Ecosi. I won't say, ye will no more be to say, ye groupie, ye for democracy, I quay Musuamai. Ye side. But sad democracy, I will be a facade democracy, a developing mind. I can't quit him. But yes, I say any moon, Diana, and I say, my can say, what do you mean, funny, sir? None just say, it, my dear, what him, in I atom. It's ye far not quay Musuamai. And some woman me who I dare not say, I dear a yard panel, or Quasiafa. Na saying pay focus your man who mountain or their children the con. But on Yansani fast idea na be fast to dear baby ama on Yansanino. Papa and James says some woman may meet us a crack.
Sana who okay. You overbody. Yeah, better was. Also, I can be a fine. Name say, you're born come out earlier on, Kakra fine. Kakra over I found one, so we become one. Kind answer.
If a doctor and Cromadi and one.
Aye.
It was a Ubisa question be said in Croma at the prison. Far so and when a abba. Now, mono a chirp for a dear now on person where you found. And who here power. Ye can't say, oh, ye didn't Krumachi, ye and Krumais, and a Timbiaba, oh, ye traditionalists, ye way. But ye no man be brino, ye Hunukaya, ye nanano ahim for Nana, say Nanano a conforno, Titifor Faswa, Itimima, or Bahima, Yas and Tramo, or Mocoin, Kunimne, a Yimu Burmo, ye Hunu Sadian, but one Hunu Sadian and so dear. O bayra sana mi hunu wo hu sade na bayra ankroma da prison but of a kwan bebre so etimi ben wene aba enti ye na nka omo a ye frɛ ho ana so mfro mo se nkroma ise ne ya na menua kwabra taaka no ene ya na mene ne ya adwen pa eka no se edien ye omo ntrase no mu se edien kwan pa na nkroma fa so a otimi je power wo hu enti se ofa saa kwan no so a muhunu saa kwan na mbetimi aba power na na do mo trase ehunu se o ye manyokoi a ye frɛ no UPA eta ne na ba MPP ekwan sei na nkrofo yi omo fa so dan omo ho mutim betu nkruma aban guye eye nkruma unpopular etisa na che dia yenso ye fa sa strategy eti edurumre bi na Lawrence na wo so efo jeto ekwan bebre so media omo brokoi ese ema nipa nyina hu se o efo jeto kra no onye nipa otiase but woye mame wataba bi okọ nsuom koye we ni sakulati satam no kra de na social media mai eye strategy ni bi no yempeti nipa no black no modi ka pentu oh na amawa beye unpopular oh any government rankasa so yempeti ni black now ma starting crime ade ba chi bi na funu da ho enipa no so kra obi amfiri ba bi ma ema me kire se mimi funu ni ana we funu ni ida se omone mochiremafo na ye plan na efunu no so nye be ma funu ma eti no kwan be ne emfa so nya ade no strategy omo kwase akohu se ye papa no ye nananom plan se du ba bi ombeto bomb na anye yi enti sa na tedi omo ne CIA fo koye plan na omo wie na omo ye nkroma se dictatorship ni ye penti nkroma wie ne ekohu soja fo nti kwan we ni afa so na omo strategy nti before nkroma is no betimi abana one say omuhunu kwan ya nkroma fa so na oda prison na opie ana se ofra brochire bae na otimi baji nipa ni nyina di na chi kwan be no fa so but na nkroma is no emu atete wegina ha sa na nkroma fa ya oje power ebi entesa dia yenko back na yenkonko hunu kwan ya fa so o se sa MPP asema meken na do mo strategies be mo de wene power no egum bebre o mo fa we disi o mo fa we so why face the country nkrofo ya o mo ko face the country menu akwabran ka say eye pa senka aban no kura be mo makọ de obeka se mo face mo gina so mo aye enti at the end of the day no ye were 3 years we him so next time enka ube compose o mo kura na mba out ka say mo kwan na mo pe na ya kwan na mo media nka se mema musuo by oman by omosom pekwan omosom pewe na ya ma wonti no am say ya fix country na eguso fix se ne kwabana kan but omohwe na omokoye saade na no amanfo de bebo mo chi se no mo promise ni nye kwan na mo ka asem beye mo promise mo mfa masem bo sisa constitution na mo promise no mo ba no mo promise se be we eti se wo pese obebie nkrofo ni se constitution kura ha adwene as gracia na se 2 minute we mu a ekwan ya be fa so a still ye be hodu power ekwan ya be fa so invisible forces be ka national security on be ka sojam on be ka we no ene face the country na se tata wo ekwan be ne be fa so tata wo na o ma trase intelligence ye tochi wo mu e wa bonten a be ehu because first ye the court tata wo se ye mo nko ama ade na ye aginsam enti sesi ano ye pekwan bi enti enkrofo no strategy o mafa ne say si enkrofo na kwa bonten no o mbehwe mu nsam kam nantiem enuma bi ambaye si ana ya peke o mu peke so a se ne be se aban no na eye na aban no abaye hu se o ene ye wo tata enkrofo freedom of speech aban ne kagu na ne no yenyi yemu elements ni bi enkrofo ni bi na o mu nko out say bi a let my vote count for group I titi first no na sankrofo no mu ko attack omo attack citizen to citizen attack ye emom say bi omo government im debate omo say omo ye independent another concerned group esi a wo hwe ba bia osu bempa mo de ne fa ehu na omo de hye nkrofo nim tie bedu ba bi no na aye say ye omo ntikura ntimi nkobiem na omo keka motibom yɛfa wei nso asɛm a ne yɛde akɔbɔ wei ne yɛka wei ne wei nso ti abom ne yɛka leaders ne ti abom ne yɛde bi nso taataa bi wɔ ɔnom asɛm ne yɛafa ne yɛde akɔgyina court yɛkɔ no so yɛ nipa na ɛwɔ hɔ na watwew ne wɔmmia wo kakra yɛamfa ntom koraa na yɛngyeli koraa no a yɛmmia wo bɔ hu pɛ afei na ho popo na nɔɔma no kɔ enti saa nɔɔma no mohwɛ hu ne sɛ Kwame Nkrumah kwan bɛn area bɛn na ɔfa so a ɔtumi bɛnya nkurɔfoɔ bom ɔde nkurɔfoɔ no koraa na ɔmo nya educated but ɔtry ɔka saa nkurɔfoɔ no bom hu sɛ nkurɔfoɔ wei ɔglance wɔ down enti yɛkeka ɔmo nyinaa mom Papa Kwasi Ndum ɔba a ɔbɛ contest yɛ na ɔwɔ nipa kakra nti yɛmfa na Papa Kwasi Ndum tum even though Adumakrodo mu ne yi mu ɔmo wɔ NDC mu na efiri baeɛ enti yɛntra fa Adumakrodo bɛwura yɛ mu yɛbɛwura mu yɛbɛnya ɔno ne part of ne nkurɔfoɔ deɛ no yɛnkɔ ha yɛnkɔfa ebi a wei a yɛhu sɛ ɔno koraa yɛ NPP foɔ na apprenti saa nipa no na ɔno nso yɛtwe no ba yɛ ho a te sɛ evi nkurɔfoɔ ɔmo asaka ɔmo afɔko ɔmo ne yɛkumburo bɛ mu ɔmo agye din yɛmpɛ saa nkurɔfoɔ no bi na yɛnconvince ɔmo ne yɛmfa ɔmo nyinaa mfa mo one formidable party nka CPP ho ayarega mo ne PNC mo nkurɔfoɔ yi yɛntra yɛmfa nɔɔma toto ɔmo tim yɛtwe ɔmo nyinaa wie a na nam ka kyerɛ sɛ CPP abɛyɛ strong party eti sɛ ɔmo ho saa strategy no na sɛ ɔmo ka sɛ yɛde CPP sɛ na mene akwabra ka sɛ ɔno wɔnim MPP foɔ yɛ ɔmo yɛ nkurɔfoɔ ɔmo abɔ awura mu ɔmo asɛ party no koraa andi susu abɔ awura fa ɔmo nso asɛ no koraa Kwasi Pride kɔku baako saa nkurɔfoɔ mmienu nyinaa ɔmo kasa yɛ adeɛ but hwɛ NDC ate baako MPP ate baako eti saa nkurɔfoɔ wei mu wohwɛ saa data ma na kwabra da ako na nkurɔfoɔ wei kasa na CPP ɔmo to abɔ ɔmo nya kakra na ɔmo gyina ɔmo nan so but nkurɔfoɔ wei saa mmoatia ne sasabɔnsam mmienu no aka abom akyɛ ɔmo mu askata ɔmo sɛ woyɛ sɛ wɔhyehyɛ a na ɔmo de problem bɛbisi mu woyɛ sɛ nti ɛsɛ gye sɛ mo trase ɛfa Kwame Nkrumah ne story ne na yi na ideology ne kwan a ɔfa so hyehyɛ ebi a kwan a ɔfa so bɛbɛbu man ne deɛ mbɛtumi atɔn saa message no but kwan a ɔfa so hyehyɛ akɔyɛ akyerɛ abosom te ne ho a ɔba yɛ gidigidi ɔnam Kwame Nkrumah so wei bɔ ɔnam Kwame Nkrumah mo nyina mo timi ka bɔ mu a na mo wene parliamentary seat no bɛyɛ 20 mo support bɛyɛ 20 na even though presidential mo nya 10% a Ghana politics mo asesa no the next time amoko no mbetuma komonim enti saa de ne yɛ ka sɛ the CPP Kwame Nkrumah obi aba me ne Kwame Nkrumah me polish ne mpaboa we dia me bolo free me nua kwabra ho we so say na me yesei we si na me yesei a ebedin enti no papa am say makaka
as always your creativity is always at work. Thank you very much. Offer body na me ma mediama adoko enso emra mediama kodie
Papa Olibete.
Good. Na miso Olibete. Why? Miso Olibete. Say mama ni abusuafo nyina so ho ye de.
Jama o wi say amu arade nti o pese o kana. Say home konkron na de me ye adwuma. Why? Asa
konkron na de me ye adwuma. Ana home konkron timi fa me ye adwuma.
Hey, I'm not me home konkron de secretary.
Edema say dia on person me pian akwa amna mu kra o na ja o ya na we yo ya shase no question am busa capito and say say ya na dan de nyina Nkrumah is no o mo ka de boa ye totobo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah mra na odi o my Ghana so no right.
Yeah.
In fact, they be correct to me because no all prison crowds no to me winning elections, right? But obviously all those comments in the na me who say past glories, but me busa capito as an astute Nkrumah say yeah ana current Nkrumah is no omo ye strategy be no omo fa say Osaje for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah against all odds, no, he was still able to triumph at some point in time, no. Oh, woman, so no, they will be able to overcome all the hurdles facing them, and also come to the forefront. Ɛhɔ ɛna yɛde nkɔmɔ no hyɛ ase efiri nti ɛhɔ na ɔte sɛ ɔfa bɔdi ɔn deɛ wɔne tua ɔspɛne kakra ɛwɔ ho nti no kapito menim sɛ wo so wɔne gye Nkrumah ho paa meboa so wɔne gye
Yes, sir.
nya kapito mediama sorry mediama
Na I was saying that media ma o yes me na kwa ko me ndi wa
I abotre misra obu ohon mo ya santi obu ohon mo ya santi nzo mpe vuvu entino misra etima menye so
ana where is that
entino entino ya pese ehu current crop of Nkrumah is no e de no mo ye se de be ya se de osagefo mene bi atwam no against all odds he was able to still come top no woman so betima come at the top question no
yo papa me da se bebre em se me de chia kase ma wi bia abasmali em se Mandela ofi prisoner obeye South Africa omo penny meboa
pepe
and I don't know nti na o pa kire se omo a te bia na Nkrumah say no nke at least omo de omo go prison omo go freedom nti nke omo aka gba na say I bibi I'm sorry.
How you do? You too.
I'm sorry. So, I like Nkrumah in a many Nkrumahist. That is the first point I say. I'm not Nkrumahist, but I like Nkrumah. Hey, Kabi. Call the opposite direction. If your offers come for one by say Kabi, anyway. I like Nkrumah some of the things that he set up, especially where he raised a education and the things because being the first prime minister and the first he was actually a visionary. So or a visionary no long term but now nke omo di na had seen that ananke bia oni hokra no that thing should come. Ghana as it is in fact oko MPP party bia or bia no the ideologies they might not be Nkrumahist. But the Nkrumahist, the things that he set up, are the things that they are following. Papa, who had come to do something that is more than what Nkrumah did? Tembiano, a follow up. So, a follow up. Sebio say, o drive to Ghana, o taxi, Kalano, different. Between the same taxi, Ako Ivory Coast, work a painting different. Add the number about but over run a taxi, a color no wire then we're changing. And to changing the color no doesn't change the ideologies. There are ideologies this year Irania, people are using it. Some people are clever. So the way they will work at it, of course. If you say be a leftist, if you say me a rightist, whatever it is, whether leftist or rightist, about Smiley, at the end of the day, is governance. Then those that are singing the songs of Nkrumah, if they have the dream of Nkrumah, they have the blueprint of Nkrumah, like somebody was saying, blueprint in there, the man will die, but the vision doesn't die. Now, if the man dies with the vision, it means that nobody caught the vision. Obi anchi vision, and you might be following Nkrumah, you might be saying everything about Nkrumah, but you don't have the Nkrumah ideology. Maybe you are using it just for the sake of trying to canvas for ABA position. And for those who say they have the Nkrumah blueprint, Sammy Nkrumah, Sammy Nkrumah Bano, he has to come and learn. She has to come and learn. Ocean. So, and at some point in time, the same Nkrumah is saying, Sisi ano, Nkrumah is an Nkrumah is. Nkrumah, on can see people. On can see people. Now she's an independent. You see, on the politics, and she has gone to NGO. Oh, just so that she will be able to. And this is what I like about that lady. Of course, Mr. Menyan Nkrumah, but the ideologies, the fact say, let's help the grassroots, build it from AE, and then the grassroots, and then let everybody have the fair share. Of course, say, and so for our baby. They say nipa onyam edru namno ebi born home ebuana onyam edru homa ebi born.
That's right.
At the end of the day na born home, but Osha, what Nkrumah did for Ghana and what Ghanaians have got from Nkrumah was great. It wasn't the what do you call the party, it was his personal and unfortunately that is why people had the means of getting him off, because his own circle, now they didn't like what was happening, but they couldn't say it because of Abia. Papa Smiley, those who say they are Nkrumahs, I think they might be Nkrumahs in color, in party colors, but not in the ideological or one. Otherwise, we would have seen some of them coming. In fact, because Nkrumah is not the only person that God gave to Ghana, but how to bring up that Nkrumah in people, So let me use, for lack of it, how to bring that Nkrumah in people, That is where we are not doing. We have all these resources. I was smiling. Akwebu or Ghana, yes, why you play? Play it to me, yeah, but who is going to help this person? How are we going to leverage this? There are so many Nkrumahs in AE, but we are looking for a dead Nkrumah that is gone. Of course, he did something. We actually honor him and we also celebrate him. But I don't think Nkrumah is the only person that God had given to Ghana. And he said, he will not come back. Jesus Christ, our time, our salary. So let us take advantage. And our share box, So share box, the thing that we can look at and say, okay, using the name of Hifana and the NDC, if you buy or by Shete and Nkrumah, now they all came from the Wonderland. They saw say no at that time, Nkrumah was a selling name. Now Nkrumah PFs and Nkrumah was coming again. Even after 1 year, people thought Nkrumah, because now assume Nkrumah never dies. It is not the Nkrumah that never dies. It is the ideology that he had, Well, or no other chairman or the chairman, that should not have died. But you see, Nkrumah has died and his ideology is dead. Because you see, Papa Smiley, I don't see Ghana as we building an economy of people who are thinkers, who will think through and bring Ghana to where it ought to be. You see, it's my forward. You see, SIN Dafa, once I had no afa, once I had no afa, abon the program into a SIN Dafa, a timing into 1 year time upon us unsaso kum. Enti isiano apono si and this is now homo awe chira dam ham gigi ebe ya bon say na si people for so na MD is also at na so face the nyambre baba where I face the country boy
I face the country.
I don't know ebia almost the baba face the army face enti Papa Smiley. I think say whatever it is, this world, whatever human beings as we are, a philosophical, even though I think extreme idea, I wouldn't choose those words, but however, let me see the rationale behind it. Say, idea obi, I say, the curse, you can turn it into a blessing. If, and then this is if, the big if, or say unyanseni, neokwasia, unyanseni. Into that is the difference. The difference between unyanseni and kwasia is time.
Okay.
It is time. When onyanseni at the time, jumano, now kwasiano, no ada, no diagro, no ruri, no koha, no baha, na or the kasakasa. You see, I was sure Ghana, most of your time, you waste it on radio. You see, juma, I'm a phone company. Mobile phone company. They are the people we are working for. Which are mobile company or mobile butter, a Ghana government. And it is spread all over. And we also painting, baby. Oko be a virgin. Now you're painting. I mean, it's a virgin. Vodafone. They are painting. Now it is interesting for the people. They don't know. Say it's a cheap advert for them. Hey, Papa himself, who are hiding, and I think Papa, I think, sir, I don't know, sir, if you say you are a Nkrumah, we want to see the true spirit of Nkrumah coming up to take over Ghana, because Nkrumah say, hey, my Ghana, my Akosombo, it is here, no, Ghana, no. I don't know who says my Ghana. Ghana better than come on home as a Ghana share. Over to me, I can say I don't know. Of course, you see, I know most of us, I'm saying say most of us is because of what we will get. Then we want to, in fact, they have put themselves into this. How do you call it? This the because of what they are not getting. So, but if they are on the other side, so on the other side is so bad, I can tell you, sir, Papa, they will keep quiet. They will not see the wrong in the society, and that is what Ghana is looking like. Papa, and say,
you, that's it. My media man.
And Papa, tongues.
Oh, and your tongues, oh. And Yamin Tibiana.
Tia Americano, Empire, Papa, some catchers that Empire. So, Empire, any Yano, you are the answer to your prayer.
Okay. And you mean the answer?
You are the answer to.
And you mean the Empire Nubian.
And Yame, Okase, Yame, Emma Oba. Now wash your trousers. Now I can do Kunechi. Now Yame have a raw.
Oh, Mediama, manager the Okan who, what's this say? No, may bonfire. I am the answer to my prayer, my boy.
You are answer to your prayer. God uses you to answer your own prayer.
Okay.
It is here no. Okase obeja ensa no. After o bomba say one no mensa. Na o sorry so aketena bi eba. Ade.
Emfa.
It is a God that say fix the country. When you have the opportunity in your own small way, fix it. Papa, fix the country no. Enya a big mass a small in our community, I'm a country, no, every day, I found and yashay, Yabaya, Yana, Kakra, na, Beju Semri, Abba Smiley. And they say, if we want to face the country, it should be fixed from the grassroots up to the top. Where did they take?
That's right.
But to about me and Crawford, now I'm a Catrona, so I'm almost here. Yama, what they are to about country, Kriana to Abama, Crawford way. And I'm going what 1,000, what 100, what 500. Now they are to Abano. Now, when you say a country, now will break it. No, or have a catch and say face the country. You have fixed it, but you have fixed here. One of the fix Yama. That's my question.
Okay. All right, then. Mediama Doku. You better was it. Why? You better was it. Mediama. Adoko. Oh, soft mame, yajo pa, yajo koso here soft my why? Koso here no sema pa. Thank you. Yo, ene meko kwabna eso na kwabna enso akabi ya bonkomo. Kwabna so nkabi ansa na owa na champion enso aba. Kwabna, oteme nka yenko bamaso.
Papa adwen kase we de nanka me pesa me den zema na chia we na me wura ko fin zema di kasa no awa ma me kodie me wura fi enzema gospel say the gospel for them e be invite on mama be bonyu mama e say enzema gospel am e mama be bo e be invite on mama be bonyu mama e o ezo mo ne so be yede papa
yes goso
we teacher ni na akwa Wednesday there bezen busa akwasi mi no pacho 10 times 1 me pacho e saying
me teacher them say 10
and 100 times 0 so you saying
any 0
mo na me offer me nua be ma fire na o ka se bi aba oye ni nyansa na niema na ade a o mampani kufo akwaje 10% se wo oye na egupum na wo ni nyansa bi ana adwen bi e wo ho na 100% na oni uni nyansa bi adi to a wo 0% of the oil you better how me wiase asai unya kwanyo but obi di ni nyansa mu kwaje 10% ba na akiri kura nya gas free a wo more equity echense ade ni tansum a wudi hu nyansa bi a de bakakotu asase e da ho a ye kodue kubi wo so no ubetimi abagini asase da nuni fa kubesi so fa banchi so fa body so no is different from oil a tie nsuom difference bebre wo na obede no akwakotu udware na akotu anaze wode den na ekotu fire sase me out aka mane nsi wa na ye koyanim no nka ba bia ye du ya fe ye hu se oil ni yanya bi no e na fe ye deal bi ya hu se Ghana eye oil producing country enti eno no betimi akwaje 20%, 30%, 50%, up to 80%. Nenyeso obi di ni sika ebe start ye adwuma. No akanya so nipa no ba di ni millions of dollars aba be ye adwuma no. There were so many people a no omudi omusika aba GMPC. Some ebe twhwe oil. A omo anya bi omudi omuni hu ancho esan akoye. The records were there. Na obi aba say dey ni so nipa nko we anya oye ni bia coordinate ne ka eni na mani hu nyina besan ko ni kuru mu back difference wom fire sa asem na outaka won na etimi akwaje 10% ni bia ba ya no mtena so 19 years 1% kro ma e bi yes so afasi wa ade enko yenim baba maka nzem bibi de bia na kwa menkroma sem ya na kwa menkroma me pena sem pa o na se ubedidi nipa bi echi so hu so wo kwa menkroma na obetina opposition kosi se kametina Ghana sa kosi se mi wu mu de ene kamene mo kura ba kodom NDC mum na mahu power instead say meka say oh Mr. Kitios na wa hanjeme de ne be example so tema ne e pamo kwa menkroma na kura de na yire fatia ne ayino mi na mekoja mo airport mi na mekoye say no that doesn't win election entiano mi ntimi fa me ho nom sa party no eni ema ntimi makwa menkroma fo no ana mi dwa mo na de bia akwa obi se wuye dede no ena kwa menkroma na ofa ha na kwa menkroma no ko wura ha no ade a me wo ho a metimi aye e de ahye me na nani
me kofa kwa na basisi a uminim se ogusu a epem so ho no mko me kofa na ba na yeti nkomodie no right from here Akwantu4 radio ha ana waso egusu no kwa na epem so ko ntina na me kofa na mrasisi a na yento ankomodie no so
we fix the country and next so ye bo ase hwanwe nem so onye secretary a no kan CPP for no wakwakyere na adwenpe suspension ye yiwedi na kokura wo sen party no members yes na wuyi bi edi ebi before mpe obi obekyere na adwen wo within asem say ye wa Akwantufoɔ na bi asem bi na kwabna kora bekyere na adwen ye bibifoɔ yi na ne buwafu onwen kwakyiri ngat asem akwabna kan bi a momi anwen ho ne ehwe da bi mene na anya adwen ti no kyese ma adwen nya adwuma eno ne ha ye bibifoɔ no hwe DC for na nse kwaku anyi do ho ne aloteji kop hwɛ deɛ ɔmo de yɛ because ɔmo akɔkyerɛ ɔmo adwen within the party broni nyɛ saa wokyerɛ wadwen wagyi mi kura na akyerɛ wadwen a wadwen na ɛyɛ gyi mi sɛm na ɛbɛtwerɛ ato no ɔkyerɛ bi na ɛbɛgyina so de ayɛ biribi papa kwasi ndum na bɛkɔ CPP a ɔbɛkɔ wei ni adeɛ na woba adabɛn kwan na wobaayɛ ni adeɛ twitwitwi na ɔno so ate ne party ayare ga na bɛkɔ akɔte ne party ɔmo nyinaa in the name of Kwame Nkrumah okɔ kan ɔmo si eti kwa pai 1992 anka mo na mo yɛ CPP foɔ ɛna UP foɔ yi ni mo gyina kwante wei num so gyina hɔ na nka ayi ajabu adi num ayi militia foɔ people militia foɔ so gyina fa ne emi ɔmo de akɔbɔ adi ɛna esa sɛ mo afu CPP foɔ no mo afu a mo di anim nti no mo kan mo ho na mo de kɔbɔ ayi vigilante foɔ nim ɛna mo de agu Kwame Nkrumah anim ase
na Kwame
Nkrumah onsan ma biem Kwame Nkrumah ba bi a wɔkɔ no onsan ma back biem ni ɔkɔfa snap so ɔfrɛ Kwame Nkrumah na Kwame Nkrumah wɔkɔ
Kwame na ho
papa no ha
on say question no we want to ignite so the mbusa capito no what of Nkrumah and if we want to invoke a bit invoke for them to be able to rise up to the occasion. That is what we want to find out. And let's dwell on that one. So webi and as a guidance be at the more put more energy to that direction rather than just bringing the put the energy towards the things they can do for them to come to the occasion. Why? And then he hears to see why.
Papa. Ade a mɛkyerɛ de bia sɛ mo de bia meka kyerɛ Mr. Kitiyos nom sɛ ɔmomfa egos bi ho ɛnto baabi saa Kwame Nkrumah party for ɔmo dɔɔso sɛ yɛbobo a PNC CPP na nkasa mu PPP GCCPP hwan ɔmo dɔɔso obi amfa ne ego nto baabi sɛ wei na bɛyɛ presidential candidate sɛ wei na bɛyɛ chairman of the adeɛ sɛ wei na bɛyɛ sei no ɔmo nka party ni nyinaa mo mu baako obi anwu ni party dismantle bibia no munya one o munyina nka bibia mum no munya one na mo starting ko na mo identify na say Kwame Nkrumah ba Kwame Nkrumah ba mo amutimitintim ne nsa agi city finensam na ubenye bi ni mo a de bia no mo touch mo nka party ni mum na nya baako de bia ka say na third force na third force no Kwame Nkrumah ne party no na say nka strong third force na me kwabna MPP fo ho ye mabufu na me pe party bi ato abama na se kwa me de me aminipa me ntoma ne nkrofo na what team mu enketenkete no bia use party no Kwame Nkrumah din no e dey for no one benefit nti no omo yes ade no because why yes na ye frɛ ayi presidential candidate for so omomra obenya opportunity no de akobi Mr. Kitiyos ye besre mo baby edu no Kwame Nkrumah na de bia ni din no mo ma Kwame Nkrumah ni din nyina ho legacy mo betimi dia ma Kwame Nkrumah ne say Kwame Nkrumah party no e wa pam na niema na mo 7 years development plan na Kwame Nkrumah chroto ho no mo de aba be ma Ghana fo ama Ghana edi yi na nia na mo ye no atams na me wo baby a na mesre dia ukọ so a yesi won kan ho ba se me kwabna ka me kwakotuma ba ma NDC die ka Kwame Nkrumah party o ho na metuma abakọ because when no amamu ni se niema no omu ni Kwame Nkrumah amom papaji amom bi Kwame Nkrumah dey at least what 7 years development plan e dey ato amamo se we implement ma Ghana nkọ nanim mo so na matiti mumunyi na Mr. Kitiyos Kwame Nkrumah dey no si e bebo ni say ya na Kwame Nkrumah ene okuje to ablakwa so oye kokoye tututu bi ni ekwachi ni ko se prison na ni din appear e wo ballot paper so e wo Ketu South was in constituency na obe win election it's not new a political name be na ma Kwame Nkrumah ko pie prison and ni din ko pie paper so e no win election no it's nothing new Mandela tema no say prison no say ke ma Kwame ni din ba ballot paper so a ko be win election from the prison. And the same man in Yadia be and one will be I say you can say be a Kwame Nkrumah win election or no prison and no it have nothing to do. There some year as MPP and PNC force one phone in answer. Mubeka party na bombako. Sa fix the nation is any money in Anna Yakoi. Papa, Papa hwate we wo ho.
Ana kasa.
Eba politics mo ho. Ebi ni wo ho no ma politics ne se ne ma na kasa. I say o ma te se de bi esi e na o mo kwakọ ebi. Leaders here o mo call say fix the nation. Enti na me ko catch na now say let them go. Mo ko ye result na da ho no. E na mo ko ye. And some of them ko kai fix the nation enu ni. When fix the nation no. Wo ye obi a wo lead wo person lead demonstration. Owura bi aba one de ni pa ya census ama ya kire say Ghana population na on e bi emu 60% omo ye Christopher emu bi ya 20% omo ye Muslims and na 20 na aka no omo so ye damusafo na wo koye demonstration a wakwa kofa papa bi onu no oni na osori anopa ama for 60% fo ni nipa na omo gini di no e na odidi o matem odidi omo leader na tem. And the other people no work for na begina ho now fix the nation for now on obi kura person fixing nation no hu sa akwa na e dey adwen na de be se ni tirim sanye wafu e na ade kwa e dey adwen na ade ko sa chem say ye ko fix the nation ya ko for Abraham ben Moses no sorry a amanfo Jesus o mu ni ho agro no odidi na tem no what are you talking about fix the nation ni and you mo anka so mo call demonstration akasa no and na fix yourself no e ho no o man fix yourself. Omo anwi anko akire say this boy who betimi abedi akire ba wo utimi me that platform so kra me kasa utimi me that platform so nkasa ba be nam ho bi ni ehun say won so ba bi na wo a wo nipa 60% for no ni odidi omo leader tem no wakofa na begina ho say won na emeka nkire mo say mo fix mo ho ana say yen fix nation in the mind no enipa na mo na de be na ombadwen o be say mo mu ye jokes.
All right, Kwabena.
Homesu
what? Na call the other issue no so no. Or say the fool will complain about the torn pocket, but the wise will use it to scratch his balls. Kakra obeka wo ho na menko wa hene so. Why?
Papa, as I say me kwade, say Sister Veronica kan bebre afa as say me eno ne niema na yeti yekrum Ghana owo ahena gaza kofa audio bia na mse mebi yabo ne matia for akwa na o se obi be fi farmer bi be fi ni ama ne bia be $50,000 no dey ba Ghana abese yensa ase be too good ene se niema dey destroy yensa ase ne yete ho wakoto drums e dey ama local church e ho honom ne yete ho se niema no na eye akwa na ne ono ne nsache ne shuwa mu a ono de ne nsache ne bottom o de afa ne shuwa ho a wo twi ho no na sa Chinese ni na ba yen krum ho no 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 abehu opportunity wo kro no mu nyina abesesa de ko ne ye de yete ho yedu anopa 24/7 kasa nkwa e wakwa bia mehu no hana na me ne obi kasa wo fon so and I say me de me wo as a me wo opportunity say I can call home and I'm say I didn't know okasha. And I say, I say, metimi afa phone na ma frɛ we no do Greensboro ha ya no ni baabi obekɔ a no so betimi afrɛ adeze professor say me opportunity kura o phone call na metimi afa phone na ma frɛ obi o Ghana na me ne di nkomo no kura no hu ni say your opportunity and am ka say ni adenti no so ntun fi Greensboro ha no nkotena New York na ya wa fa phone no so dey afrɛ fi ana I say it's not the same so enti obi a ni say the ogun opportunity e walk around e wo no ana ho say e wo ekrom yi yenua achi okọ Ghana yi osi wo hu so many opportunities na eye no kre okọ Ghana so a wo be hu so many opportunities but akase dipa na okro no no e be activate sa de no ama na ye adwuma eje de betimi agina ho na de bi ya complain nto so bo aye den tomatoes bo aye den bode bo aye den na obi nso ono so ekofa ne mfichire kakra bi ode soye kakra bi gu ho a ode tomatoes seed ni bi gu ho no 3 months time onko market kura abun say watete in tools no dey akwaya na nkwan
all right
opportunity sa na bebreti o ba wote ho a wo betimi agina ho akasa saa ma de ache amuwu am yakosie o
Abna thank you sure ye bedo wase why ye bedo wase pa na menko owa na champon onke bo wi a onia number no 448 etwato no mako onso oso owa na champon otimi nka bamaso
EP.
Bamaso, why?
I drink this, your papa.
Beautiful. So, who are there?
And dear, funny sour.
You, dear Tibia, never fancy, and young queen. Why? I better honor what you know and come our moody kakra. Kakra over cano, kai, na young queen.
Governor, Babby Tisu be can be physical Kwame Nkrumah. Assembly and Kwame Nkrumah seminar. Ghana for money, money, Kwame Nkrumah. Na Kwame Nkrumah obey any day you go. I think say the beer for Kwame Nkrumah, baby or Shen or Danamin. You know, the beer above pay you didn't account for anybody, you put it in the account for that. The party and the ma a down. Dino we are found. Dino Maria Kwame Nkrumah 7 day. I could say the beer new school come Bahama, Mahama. The beer near Kazuku. With a Michelle. Bra, you walk ye boku and my yaku animals. They say no. America to a baby. Biden ye cannot see. Biden ye cannot see. Biden one also to Tunuma. I didn't hear the intimate country or 2 swas 7 corner be a confound. Manam say, failures in internet could be far and come out a banana. You know, we should also know, say, in commerce, we have some failures. It's, you know, there was the unquared the dessa. I needed the you know, that time, now it was bitter for them. But we do with my when I mention. You know, Kwame Nkrumah never at CPP said DNC. I don't know the party, but CPP.
CPP, oh,
the banner so party more, most so party more much as a co-election community now 1.5% to cry. Then you can your phone. Say, Kuma ye pia. I gonna food in a who's for ye be a pa. I did not gonna phone to Obama CPP before. I gonna phone to Obama CPP before. So what I'm saying, say Ghana for say, see a doc will come and Kuma, yeah. Then you 2 noon that will not to way now, Tema, and Diana, Yakuso, Madame, say, near who's a party, say a bus see a papa. I didn't tell a yanko to about Emma CPP, not yen jaded the people winning, ye third party, I didn't say yen now who said Sadia and ye, open me by, and obey more we say in the Sadia, ne blueprints down. It's in the Sadia, our party. Yanko to Obama. Party in the man or woman, party attractive. So what's a mention? Kwame Nkrumah, the may should say ye the day, young man in Nakakra. Papa no baby, nipa baby. The conference as they say Ghana cross still Kufuor to see that's a Kwame Nkrumah president. Are they?
You gotta you
know club it has you.
Young fan on to one way na young queen him so na young queen Papa no say
fake Jose.
Okay, open so can face the country. Or the conswe Canadian. Why?
Face the country in the say and yes ubi and a billion no I did bia keke o mano the queen me say sika puju ewo mai mu die sika puju ewo o man no die na wo hwe o man no entutuye ene ne nhihye ya na che say ene wo hwe se the way ade china de se bia ye hwe sika ekodi nkofo ahoho nsem ni sa de ne dia ene won ma de akunyamo no mo fa kwa so de yusu pen edi dane sika sem no fa bia won se yenti asia na che say fix a country ni nche se ebia de to won no kan ye kan bibisa keke ana kan ye kan se sika pujo na ko basa no o mo fanye kro ni yie enam se o mani yo maya e mamunu no doso mamunu ni nya adwuma nye mmabunu no nyɛ adwuma nyɛ koraa papa mmabunu no nyɛ adwuma nyɛ ɛna sika yɛtua kɔ adwu soro ano pa sɛ wɔkɔ adwuma sika yɛtua bosome no ɛnsa so saa nyɛ wɔhu ne mekyerɛ no ɛna ama nam sɛ na ama ho kyerɛ ama yɛakwan nyɛ yɛ hospitals nyɛ ɔhu kyɛ sɛ biribiara yɛ choke biribiara yɛ choke kaa to sɛ gatas na yɛ choke ɛnti no fi sɛ country a amanfoɔ kan a mu demonstration yɛbɔtu gu ɛnyɛ yi dabi yɛbɔtu gu ɛnyɛ yi koraa ɔhu sɛ ɛmɛdɛ sɛ adeɛ ɔmo yɛyɛ no abadwonko biara mɛm ɛnyɛ npp a mɛm ɛna ndc a mɛm ghanafoɔ a na ɔmo tu ɔmo na asi hɔ nom sɛ no fa corruption bebrebe a ɛkɔ soɔ ɛne promise bebrebe a ɔpanyini promise ghanafoɔ a ɔmo hu hwee no na ɛsɛ akɔyɛ sɛ nneɛma bebree a kyerɛ sɛ government mu no sɛ corruption case biara rise koraa na asɛ ɔpanyini no akata so no about to ogu no asɛ biribiara nsi bi sie ne saa nneɛma no ɛde na agyingya because na amanfoɔ no fo sɛ ɔpanyini no deɛ yɛka mmara asɛm no ne hyɛ bi a sɛ obi yɛ ade na mɛtea no deɛ na nka wobɛtumi ayɛ amanfoɔ ahwɛ ahu sɛ ɔpanyini no deɛ wɔyɛ no ɛnyɛ sɛ na ɔmo expect yɛ ɛne na ɛma saa fix the country adeɛ a ɛbaa yi ɛna ghanafoɔ so ɛsɛ adwene sɛ sika wɔ ɔman no mu ɔno ara na ɛbɛka sɛ sika yɛtete sika soɔ ɔno na mekyerɛ no ɔbaa yi kyɛ sɛ nsɛm no biribiara rate ɛkɔ soro bebrebe crime rate gn rate biribiara ɛkɔ soro biribiara basa sɛ bɛyɛ 2 years ne koraa no government schools no obiara no wɔtwerɛ exams ɛno ara so wɔfa back sɛ wɔkɔ schools a obiara ntwerɛ exams saa nti no sika no a yɛde bɛyɛ exams no ɛwɔ hefa textbooks a kyɛ sɛ ɛnwom a bebree nansɛ kora na mɛti sɛ ɔmo ka baabi sɛ ɔmo sɛ ɔmo hu agudie bi ɛwɔ about things about 3 regions lithium adeɛ de yɛ fɛnsɛn batteries yi a kyɛ sɛ yɛasa atɔn ma australiafoɔ a kyɛ sɛ yɛtɔn ma australiafoɔ no yɛyɛ deɛ ɔmo yɛ 5% sɛ 10% o adeɛ wɔ $150 billion no ɛsɛ sɛ ghanafoɔ no ghanafoɔ deɛ mefa sɛ 15% koraa na sɛ 10% ɛnyɛ agudie biara ne de ama aborɔfo no ne saa na papa sɛ yɛtena se na da bie wɔ agudie ne yɛbɛtɔn ama nkɔfoɔ na nkɔfoɔ yɛ deɛ yɛntumi fa nyɛ hwee deɛ a na yɛ leadership no ɔmode no ɔmɔyɛ ɛnti no na wɔ sɛ amanfoɔ kyɛ sɛ ahomtentene firi the country no ne deɛ sɛ woyɛ ghana ni na wotra baabiara na aka sɛ deɛ aberante no kɔyɛ no ɔma anyɛ hwee deɛ a na menim deɛ wɔpa ka kyerɛ me a mebɛte ghana ha no I'm telling you ɛkuro no hwɛ woba ghana opportunities no wobɛhu bebree wo na baɛ na mehu opportunities na mehu baɛ na mehu opportunities bebree ɛna ɛyɛ deɛ ɛna mehu opportunities bebree ɛna ɛyɛ deɛ hwɛ
sɛ wahu opportunities ɛna wɔka na
ɛyɛ de sika sɛdeɛ bɛtumi saa opportunity hu sɛ saa opportunities kɔ bɛtumi sustain for even 2 years na wode na mokɛyɛ ka no sɛdeɛ saa opportunity hu bɛtumi sustain for 2 years koraa no wɔhwɛ koraa 2 years ne nso na ɔsɛ hu sika nyinaa asa na mehu opportunity system no nyɛ stable system no ɛnyɛ favorable so ɔtɛ me mekyɛ no wɔnom na ɔhohoɔ no ɔmo ba na ɔmo hu opportunities na ɔmo ba no bank loans no makɔgyegye afiri wo kurom de wurawura kurom ha nom no interest rate no ɛwɔ fam wosusu bi a wo no akɔtara bɔkyerɛ woatumi akɔnya bi a $10,000 bi a ɔbɛhu opportunities bi wode wo sika bɛbrɛ $10,000 mu sisi a 2 years $10,000 ne sika bi a ɛbɛkɔ te sɛ deɛ nsuo a yɛhwie gu gata mu no opportunities ne ɛwɔ ha bebree ne nkwa na bɛka kyerɛ sɛ opportunities wɔ ha no ghanafoɔ nyinaa hu sɛ opportunities wɔ already but how to sɛ deɛ a wobɛpagya ade no ɔma mɔtotɔ nkankan koraa oranges fruits koraa no sɛ opportunity kɛseɛ paa ɛnso fruit koraa so yɛn to ndi kɛkɛ koraa yɛntumi to fruit bosi na ɛsɛ so bɛkɔna banana ni nyinaa bosi ho nyinaa bɔ black ne sisi hɔ no bi amafo ntumi to ni
yo kadachi
Etino sima bagana be hu opportunity die sima bagana be hu opportunity post be struggle o krom hanum no ho se e bibia no akeke kan sim bia kire nipa wo ha mu se be gugumuti etira wo me kaze ne be hu opportunity o be hu opportunity physically bra betrim betrim na me ka keke ne nko nsan kwatran se be hu opportunity keke na trim 2 years na wow who is the way we have go through 2 years up and down have go through 2 years no enough for more
na so why no almost say no pain no gain no into whichever way no if you see the opportunity you will have to go through some struggles and
NDA say you say go to the team and ye the team aka so what me channel and na we be opportunities na we bie na wuja okona beba no ene ka me bie kura wo be hu opportunity no na wo bie na de ja wo fa ase wo fa bi anase wo nua bi na wo so me be hu opportunity wo matena we be 1.5 months 2 months ntino as me hu ani nani so me hu ani me hu business nani so ntino as me wo kura na me monitor na e be di nkomani sa wo boa because the moment I try play with and no more assassin and no more assassin with it to be bano wo fast no wo kan sin dia chiro because wo do sika no man sa na be ye o na me chiro no emu dynamics no dangerous o na dangerous and no man smooth sa say dia wo be hunu no ade chi bia ni mu asem aditi bie ni mo asem what me mention e you cruise and cruise ni tie papa me ni platform you na na me enkofo bi because mo be bie company bi na de mo nyina se dwele se betra UK o ma hu opportunity bi za ana me wa papa de bi mensre o say asem wo ho no mo a and not system ni nya papa ni nti no won say wo bro ho a minim kofo bebre sa wo bro hu sa wo be bro hu sa na wo sa de ba okromu a na sa de oba beto o no afere wo be kono oba mabukura sa wo ye bibi se de wo be ye chese sa de nkofo be ye nyina no na ya de nka be bo society e be bo okro na makro so de e de saye afa nipa so ma nipa esu eyi adwuma sankofo ni nyina adwuma no ko off mo mo fo adwuma nyina no sankofo ni nyina so mo nyina titife be adwuma no sa companies nyina sa collapse. Some foreigners no mobile mo so maybe bi big companies no mobile one no capital na ekro mo na eba no enye bi ni 10,000 ni 15,000 no baby o
yo kadachi yana fasima me why
etiro baba odi abutu da mo to nyom etiro ni nyina ane ne se akufuado want to know my yema Ghana for no Ghana for nyina said fix the country youth no can and one or more can many abre say idea or more boy my interest rate young guy after you school kakra okopi bank loan no and koyi sika no dia interest ne da so no obetu awie ne na branch ne chese pasa okọ hard dia 2 years ne sa no manema any 2 years no be corona landlord is can say cost in affordable build apartments they side in the boys no a man for edit abontin too much in ya asema much concern mo abuchi mo hwe the way environment is fati so at we cheno say at least mo bia bakwa sisi wakunya one room bia kwakoda o na bichino koda kwa no wo twa even 350 pounds krana a week krana sorry a month krana at least wonya cleaning no wo ye no wonya 4 hours akunya 4 hours krana wo tua 350 pounds no bosom no tumi tua ba ekum ha no no wonni di okokoye kra okokotua even kra 150 cedis na won tua no botom no adwuma adwuma paa ɛyɛ consistent job wɔ hɔ no obetuma so aka sɛ de bia me kwa yɛ no yɛfa Shushan boys ho kɔ up and down no mo nante free akɔsɛ yifa no bisam sɛ bosom week day ni na week ni nyinaa no sɛ na ɔmo si fanya ɛso boys na so mo pɛ adwuma nti no de bia ken ni no manoma wɔna me kyɛ no enti na nyɛ sɛ Ghana fo pɛ adwuma Ghana fo ni abre asɔre na yɛ kase yɛ free the country yɛ nyinaa yɛ tia ni nyinaa yɛ free ha de timi kɔ hɔ no mo yɛ kɔ ho system yɛ papa ɛne nhyehyɛ yɛ papa so ate me kyɛ no enti ni nyinaa ne woyɛ ne wɔsanke yɛ force sa aban wɔte so sɛsie na aban no yɛ kase yɛ force aban wobɔn sɛ aban wɔ bɛfiri so aban foforo bi bɛba wobɔn sɛ wɔn mo kase ɔmo ka yɛ ɔmo bɛka sɛ ooo ɛne yɛ di sɛ deɛ ɔyɛ na nyɛ ne yɛ ntine fix ha na wɔsɔ fix yɛ ka ne nɛ aka de kyina akyi aban bi ɔbɛbɛ bi ɛbɛka to no so
all right
sɛdeɛ kuro wɔ sɛ mu bon kan paa deɛ yɛ mɛka sɛ bi yɛ tan obi ani aka kyina ne nso aka sɛ ɔno nko adeɛ ɔno nko na ɔnyɛ ne yie na yɛ aka sɛ me yɛ nka anaasɛ hu nifa so sɛ yɛka yes
yo Kadachi yɛbɛde wase yɛka sɛ Kadachi awie di a sɛ onua na ɔwɔ Skype no so no sɛ ato fam let me see if I'll be able to get him right away na onka bi ansa na mako ofa Kofi Twum Berima eso ene questions and answers version of Bamaso yɛhyɛ aseɛ no kapito yɛbɔ nkɔmmɔ wɔ akyire hɔ na nkɔmmɔ a ne yɛbɔ no na we were trying to find out sɛ ɔsagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah ɔmo ka na asɛm especially wɔn a yɛfrɛ ɔmo Nkrumahist no ɔmo ka ɔsagyefo ho asɛm paa na ɔsagyefo sɛdeɛ adeɛ ne sitiɛ no ɔmo tumi ka sɛ no wɔ prison koraa ana ɔwini elections ɔmo ka nsɛm paa fa ne ho na baabi ɛkɔ wie nyinaa ne sɛ in the midst of all the things that they say was held at a year Osagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah no, at one point in time he was able to triumph over all those things. Ɛdeɛ no ɔyɛ a ɛmaa no ɛdi nkunim in diverse ways no na ɛnyɛ bia wɔn a wɔn sɛ wɔn yɛ Nkrumahist ɛnɛ yi no ɛdeɛ strategy ana wɔn nso ɛfa a whatever is being thrown at them no they will be able to triumph to say the Osagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah ɛyɛ no say more or less no sɛ wotie me ne kapito nkɔmmɔdie no a many people stand on past glories thinking say it gives them some consolation, right, going forward. It gives them some consolation. I say Arsenal team no omudwo manumwa aje cup bi on the undefeated and Sonia Fuku omutimi nya hwe enti ade bay me are very simple. Say spirit be and ye invoke of Osagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Spirit bay of him and ye invoke amana be wura Nkrumahist a mo ho sisi mu said they will also be able to triumph over some of the things that happen to them or some of the things that are thrown at them. If you have no onyansani bi e kan asem wo say ono ne de a foolish man complains about his torn pocket, but a wise man uses it to scratch his balls. No na enyanu bebre akire won adwene kama se utie eye utie kapito kire se ono ne ntiase mu na kire se bibia mu no in every situation there is an opportunity ewo sa situation ni mu enti eba ne sa dia na kire se tokuro oboton atede na emom odo nsa afa ho na eja ode twi feelings here and then kakra say said the tie bia no se wonya bibi kakra kra tafre wo ho a ja wende na de akọ anim kama owa na champon was say na musu opportunity na bagana obehu opportunity brother be any 2 years na hwade no correct. You see, there are opportunities so there are da meka no obusam jim kura me se okwa opportunities e wo ho esan say so omo ne yedi atimi koton aswata wo ho cause am for hit wo mo ho pa but opportunity bia no was enya a reasonable asase a ye be plant this opportunity no on it, and that is the concern of many people. The opportunities are there, but in what environment and ye planted those opportunities? Is it going to be sustainable? How long will such opportunities last? Those are the concerns we need to address. So okay, say opportunities are now I say when who oba ne ho fe na o say yenkona mko wow ukọ wa no a ebi a ho na abehunu se ase oba yikura woni maduane eye oba yikura e ka se wo mutu ha na oda ho no sa ho na abehunu se say not all that glitters no and they good, and the opportunities na there the environment within which you need to plant that opportunity no we need to also address those things no come eho ene nkomo no akwa wie me nkwa ahoma ne so 1448 onka bi opani bama so
ndi papa swali se obi afimi
ene number yi udino amaso o number na keke ne ba you intina me ka
1448 no
1448 ne pende bama so ma save udin wo so but udin na ama intina me ka 1448 no why ko se eja bensa bama so beautiful. Sabo koze.
Oye.
Sweet. Yankwe. Now so kabi.
Papa swari CPP, the fall of CPP no. CPP was overthrown by the forefathers of MPP and NDC. The two groups now combined in overthrow CPP. At that time, NDC for who lead the one Halley. Inspector General Halley na deku na ikotoka na bedema na the other side no so here free fanom na ibuzi anom no overthrow CPP no they dismantled the CPP. All the funum pay from now ban from taking part in political system. Nkrumah crying to mention was at the street team. So CPP was banned because if we in there, CPP is still operating now. All elections CPP will win. CPP won election from 1951 to 1963. Election cross supervised by the white people. No, they won all of them. You know who's the two parties, the MPP and NDC, they are afraid of CPP. So they combined to overthrow the CPP came back again, 1979 to 1981. They assembled the best men of the society, doctors, experienced businessmen to run the crime for 2 years. Now, the way things were going, so one went through PMP and which is CPP ne latter day ina or home bachelor on. So they combine again. No overthrow CPP ne ba or friend at the PMP no. Why was it that Kufuor went and joined PNDC? You think Kufuor is a fool? Kufuor was part of PNDC. see ayifo no sa ayifo no Harisoya Obeda Samoanom we nyina were part of the MPP nasefo no they combined and the were through this in Okogwen at the into 1982 no separate to they signed an accord Monkoya Mode we in the at that same time no band people ni na painful ni na wa ba on na 1996 no party na
eja mensa enye bia no so the question was strategy ben we use to revamp themselves and I said you see can you said you break one system na say for no beyond repair na
so long in America so long as MPP and NDC are reigning supreme no political party can come to power. If any political party comes forward, the two groups combine again to overthrow that party. And then when they came, so they mess up the system. Nyama about training, they mess them up for their own gains. Okay? Mimi Shano, Kaneshi, Kwame Kwan of Bill Kaneshi Estate, in our domain, Mamprobi, Kanda Estate, Yaneba Estate, na tama nina na a champion super we than someone. Which party? And now which government we see at the fratama a month for? The over 3 in a watching in a na a Juma crowd over 3 years and to expand more creating or good in what in training. Say assets over which Kwame Nkrumah Ayekuminum. But to Tonyama those days they whisker. But to Tonyama from America, UK, Germany, Bibia, but we know about Toninara. They've sold everything for themselves. Inti Sewa Brema, we are the Brem NDC and the MPP for these two parties for no one working problem for Ghana. Abrafukra by and also Ghana from Harvard to Afrawo goes at the land into about 2 in Gold Coast. About 2 in Gold Coast, Kufa there, yet discussions are comedy. On your number can first, I brought for the crab by what's your Gold Coast. On crowd of free outside, we there. From there to the land is so rich. Be apart from agriculture, no, there are so many minerals and that they are the about 2 in Gold Coast. Now, so 2 parties they are making one another on our man. If you have anything to do, yes, this is I pay for your call. If I have any question now, Umisa in this for the MPP for.
Okay.
Why do about Yamana are messing up? About urban estate, obviously, since our common obviously see the mobile boys in. Eba new obviously, eba new factory. I could find about over small factory. See, that's the last 4 years. Before then, eba factories no obviously.
Okay.
All year working. 1979, you who oil or Ghana, Philip Petroleum. No good. They did me cry me. I went. No more talk right. They call. I use so platform so. Wadi off I have a name. MPP I did offer then NDC for PNDC for buy no. They drove away the white people. What they are coming to cause at the coup d'etat. Samoka here, Jiwa say at the runs are down. More through on Onimpa. So they wanted to make a stage back. No Ivory Coast. Now, what Ivory Coast, Abidjan Oba, what is Ivory Coast, Pamonina, and we couldn't discover oil until Kufuor Sanobai. It took us about 30 years and Sana. Oil. Oil could have been discovered around 1985. Or power brofun if you are Philip Petroleum, Munku Gimbo. Oil na need to your gold mines. You need to boxer, you to manganese. Ninara went into foreign hands. One or NDC, MPP.
Okay. All right.
Yam about hotel industries, hotels over now, or 20 in an artist Kennedy.
Is it no? I Jamensa, Semetwasi, yeah. There is no possible way out for the CPP now, maybe.
No. CPP can't come to power. No, any political party be a small party be able to my body. So long as NDC and MPP, because as soon as they see a threat and they'll combine, work and forces together.
Okay.
That's what they did. 1979, 1966.
I quite say. They said they are Kwabana can or say a funny a fan can say oh me fan goody. Yes,
they combined to overthrow CPP.
Okay.
On 2 occasions. I what's the region? What road see I remember what a PMP football show. What's the region? All the resources are there. In you rules one or cra at the construction equipment for 4 companies, a minimum 4 companies or Mayazi. Unfortunately for those 4 companies, you know, we say company, and then should do contractors, a quarter of years or na deal. What buy equipment buyer no about to what ton equipment in managing directors when you shop when you know we say a woo a wagaman a woo a friend quick woo. Oh, yeah, the people are so criminal. NPP, NDC. Your problem be a fighter. You should go and fight those people. Why they came and made those things were improved without turning? Okay.
All right. Ajabensa, you better see. Why? Now, quick one on a and Tohenism. So, Kakakra on any uncle. Why?
A wise man. Tread cautiously. A foolish man behave on the spur of the moment, or act on the spur of the moment, or when. So that's the difference between a wise man and a foolish man. Now humility, with humility comes at the wisdom. In plenty of plenty of water, no, the foolish man goes goes thirsty. Now, in abundance of it is also a comedian because we are not making use of our brain. Nina comes down to lack of knowledge and people perish. So what we need now is the knowledge base. Although educated young couple, mobile knowledge base, not as they say. Young couple educated, nobody will come and cheat them.
Okay.
There are a lot of Ghanaians who are educated. If you're educated, and how can you put up at the departmental store, UTC and Kingsway? Now you lock them up and ask people to go to the street and sell on the highway. Are you making use of your brain?
Okay. All right. Ajabensa. Yeah, better was it. You see, mention number and so. Oh, bye. Why? Thank you very much. Ajabensa, and also Edeni de Abesos. No, opening Kobe. Me who say oh free. Unfortunately, I mean to me in fact, so Ajabensa de and no bit my free. Memoakasa. Why? Now me Ajabensa and home so. Men call of a coffee tune very much way. Now of a coffee and a day on Kabi. Of a coffee. Important to say.
Oh, Nyamiadom. Nyamiadom, I'm very well. Now, Michia won't so Michia Obia.
You Obia Joso.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
What is saying? I know a bonkomoka crash on. And my
boss. What? A bono, and it's true. I will explain for more.
Okay. So, all right. Any Kabi? Why Kabi me uncle?
Very well. Me buy and make you say a category na orca. Sabi kwa me my cat severally said. And crying a bong a fee pie good cry room. It's terrible. It's so sad. I don't know why I get angry when I come on this platform and explain say Akufo-Addo has lied his way into power and he does not care. And I get sad when I hear people praising him. And when the other day, last weekend, I went on a tour deliberately. I mean, said that they are still constructing open drains, open gutter. Yeah, where in the world, United Kingdom, Germany, France, America, where do you see an open gutter? But that is what they are doing here in Ghana. So the question is, why? Say, I got an answer. I buy a ministry of rural. Why are they keep on constructing open gutters? Yeah, with the amount of filter you generate to Ghana. A new pair of tone near my watch will be all bokube, a wheelbarrow, will be our no pure water. Ninano, it ends up in the open gutter. And a bomb, a riana, a walk room, a baby. But what about you? One more generative filth, but gutter is covered. You don't smell, won't take kind. So my question is, why is the government continuing to construct new gutters? Yeah, open. Why are they doing that? And what kind of conscience do they have? What do they achieve in doing that? And one, the fact is, a bon, but we have a failure. This also winning. And so Kufa to buy what that damo catches for them. Accra, I hear the cleanest city in Africa within 1 year. 5th year, if you look at that, was that creating a minister for sanitation, and that the bia me ba me can't say ya na ya anybody be and peducrate na they were not around during the First Republic in Kromata near proper state every day. That was what that gave rise to Kumasi, Queen Elizabeth of United of Friend Garden City of West Africa. A history me can't anybody be said before because they were not around. Other they were what was your mommy and the enemy who else here comes for my family and Casa and the woman so party so also says the woman it doesn't make sense. Because about that mean what is idea. So I was and cry bone, maybe Abel Saturday we could tell Laboni, a very affluent part of Accra, Laboni cantonment. I would not bomb can this also winning. And she was sanitation minister. I mean, seriously, this is you were all the assembly, greater Accra Metropolitan Assembly. Busa won't say assembly. No, I do my bed one more year. Me, my can on this severally. Yam proper got them. You say Ugo car will be on Tiasiano. Was he a dear no one linking it to your friend say, would you property tax? And he got away. What has it got to do with property tax? Nipano, me can say on Tiasiano so and so. But it's sad. The governance in Ghana is very bad. That's number one. Number two, so Saturday, and several radio stations, what we can say, or not only in China, I feel a dose or a bomb. They have a serious challenge with landfill sites all over Ghana, not only in Accra. Landfill sites, actually, baby, warm, baby, cry, your far born, the government has no idea where to dump this. Once I buy way out, a good father or buy no. Walk down was to die, say cathedral, the Niabra Ocean, was so die and who free education, also die and also warrior. So they don't sit down and think through. Since that's what we say, university teachers for Wamako strike the whole second week in it. Other teachers and so cost strike. Once they are buying by our sister curriculum, there's no textbooks. And so for people BT and why free education. What is the quality of education in woman? There's no curriculum. University form lectures. Lecture will be a young woman. Look at the amount of time which young woman will be do professorship. Not Bosonian amount 5,000 Ghana cedis. And so now the same are buying Wakwaji Bosian $29 million. What they talk has among members of parliament. Jesus Christ. Now, one more, directly your flagship free education. So free SHS phone, you know, don't want to pass in normal a progressive university. Says a teacher, Ben, my dear lecturer, lecturers are on strike. One more research allowance. About Sikali, politicians in AD Sikali. And because wɔn mo ni begu ase because Kennedy Japan kɔ ade waka sɛ wɔn kɔ sanko fo wɔn mo gyimi wɔn mo di mi yansa because obi sun daya was meye wei afei kɔ daya akufo ado so yɛ no so obi si cathedral no na wɔkɔ America wɔn obi wɔ Washington DC me so ma ba ha ma bɛka sɛ kamo America fo si cathedral wɔ Washington DC no wɔn develop every part of the 50 states in the US already. They are yet trained from East Coast, from New York, all the way across the Appalachian Mountains to California, Los Angeles. They are here now. Got to be able to America airport. They have the got to see a bomb, the football, Nipa, and the Nibra Bonti, FCC is a cathedral. So with the different, all with Jimmy and what?
All right.
Any American leaders. Leaders. Come on, we see cathedral, Washington DC. You know, baby, and whatever, Yakata got a thing in the house. That the woman here first. And then Akufo Addo wako back, wako Washington, wako Canada, wako London, wako baby, and told him the America, me no. So, the landfill site is a huge problem. If you are generate to organic now, all the assemblies, AMA, KMA, baby, one who may be on between. And so, Papa, wouldn't you say if you garbage, abroad, one who you sue a duano, one who to me, and one, it be generated. You got power craft film. So you fertilizer. You fertilizer. Want to be got a fee can go get them. Want to be fund tenant into the fertilizer. Want to be fund here. If in electricity, we can generate power energy from this field. The amount of filter a generated one can and you come as in Guano. Masa, a bit we are generating. See, you have to talk all the right equipment, sir. As long as you seek engineer, you talk here. They are not even. Sorry?
Yeah, the big cathedral. I just had enough so coming. Why?
I had the cathedral and the V8. And to start fee baby by generate to Ghana. We can turn it round with modern technology which is available. You bring a fertilizer crowd, fertilizer you cry, you know. A great minister, Dr. Usia Friako, to say, Yasmogo, the Kobo Canal Faso. No, say, as you are Ghana, you will BNI, Ghana Police, Ghana Army, Immigration. You see, and the crowd will be because MP woman has smuggled a quacoton. Sanko Fuenia security agency will be or I yet then pan yes smuggle fertilizer my farmers yes smuggle Burkina Faso. Now a Delta Force to 40 going for intimacy warm. How? I say Galamsey, send your MPP ministers they to me bet me to be and I will bet me to be. I am one more day two and to Chrono or more boy. The account will be so on somewhere far Sputnik a vaccine. My man will say, oh, no one yet aware say your tiaka. And to finance minister would just say scan. And call parliament, any parliamentary approval, any cabinet approval. Just a good for the body of woman or my chrono pan. Now a dark need not be piano.
Offer charge it.
Just a chrono pan, papa, a bogan of mine. The past 5 years or so. And so people are blind in their mind, in their so they don't see anything wrong.
You what?
Challenging of said. Argentina, Yakoto, a Sputnik vaccine. There was no parliamentary approval. On the finance minister, Ken Oforiatta Tiaka. And then one who Tiaka, Abra health minister, only aware of it. So I feel chrono among the MPP for anyone more Jimmy in the
game. Over, you better ask it. No, why? Thank you very much. We say, could there be some exceptions in our constitution concerning some of these things, and maybe we may have to look into it because Makenkai say, and you don't be say. Adimamenu, in fact, Wanyam from Subia, he meant well. People should empathize with him, among other things. Maybe we should look into the fact that maybe he was still operating within the jurisdictions, but maybe Nanya Debe, Uncle Ye. My auntie Bombardier, Ekasevia. I'll come back and begin with Capito. Na yakuya nim fe enti Bombardier otimenka omute ho saboko de
boko na so e
am yadom yenso ho ye ai yenso ho ye
yo me chao
ejoso
mɛkyia enuanu nyinaa ɛgya twum ɛgya mɛnsa ɛgya sɛ beebi a obi akyia no mɛkyia akyebobo menim sɛ wasa babak deɛ a ɛna fire nso so gyina ho mɛnti akyia no ɛna mɛkyia ɛyɛ nea me nua Penny Kwabena Egmont ɔne ne yere ne nananom a wɔwɔ Hamburg the real burgers no na makyia Princess Ajaba nso so Australia no ɛbɛkyia no pii papa na mo ka specific year na say we nso ene ene
questions and answers na yedi kan na yebusa say amanfo ka enkroma ho asempa right na no mo ya mo ka enkroma wo yesi exceptional millennium man na asefo na yebusa say ene bia enkroma and see, I offer Crutchum. There were so many attempts on his life while he was in prison, right? But now your question, I will say, and the current crop of Nkrumah is no. Or more dear bad, dear no Muslim free or more boss no, a year or Sergeant for her. And if you are in the midst of all the things that is being thrown at them, no, they are seeking to rise above the occasion. That was the first question. Anna, if free home, your call. Unyansani bi asenbi what kind has a foolish man complains about his torn pocket. A wise man uses it to scratch his balls. Now you busa say, and you be a one unyansafu yadwene, and I won in yadwene, a quabeso, and I in the yadwene, quabeso, and I won in yadwene. A ho, and then commodiano, at what fascia, and sana, right after that, no, you will see a home. When you have a question now, the abano. Our responsibility towards our leaders. Our responsibility towards our leaders. And Bombardie, the man meet Besse and what tree. Boy and come. Why?
Let us say, fire set Bibiano, science for the your control experiment in your way, you know. 10 piano, but so who say, Tribiana plant be a produce food, a green plant, a produce food that. Now the bakwesi assume not the bakwesi sunlight because say be photosynthesis and kwanya enyan faso yo modwane enti no all the components no ho a unya green leaves unya sunlight unya chloroplast le sa no mana ha na keke no mabom enti test for leaves na wotime usampa bia dwane beba na say dwane mba enti de bewo assume no de ebewu said the okay say yeah companoche yeah per capita ma kuma say na santama say enyan odua miensa odua ba ko kumewu kumadua no na odua ba kun so wo yeah kwama na ye friend kuma say na odua ba kun so wo kuma setia enti de wo kumewu no anye yi enti intima per capita na nko na kuma setia nso kumadua no so eso yenso na enti manya kese titia na de wo kwama no and no let me and yet Kumasi. There's the living Kuma tree, no. Sa the TNT in Kuma by year standard that dawa. Just say, oh, per se, oh, ye, they are just say, oh, subject to a year in Kuma. Now, I said, you know, Kuma, yes, be a no, ye, infallible. You guys are infallible, be a not be a the bonny be a in home. Now, said, ye, a Korako school, yes, piano arithmetic, no. Subtraction, addition, and division, multiplication. What it is from my idea, Naka, Sana, Takano. And he say, Kruma, say, Bonia or Diano, what it is Papa Nima, now to Papa Nima, Nasi, the con, normal line is what. Then my X, a positive X axis, and I say, Beko, negative X axis, and I say integers are, Beko negative numbers, and I say, Beko at least near bit two. For 0 2 is a positive number. And Newton and Kuma and Kopo, Mukra Sebi, ni enemies and friends, competitive from Amsterdam in their hearts. No. Now this Kuma a champion at the end of the day. No. And in Kuma, dear, or buy an own vision. Now, you must stand for something or you fall for anything. Into Kuma buy and home say, the likes of the richest self-millionaire, American independent, say, Bisa, or Muka, Jam Kocha ticket, and Paragraph Munano. You didn't buy it, but or buy an and vision in it, uses vision in the night to say a boy bra. It will turn as 2 years or a year and a half on one quarter in the next or the condition. It's an in the party. Year back on the so Obanas on the papa smiling vision near pa, Obit Martin, only vision in Swako to the in your end say, the ones who are the same vision now. wabenya wo eye akontrol no so obes edin no best and keke fundamentals in the sa pepepe utum say to do what we know akontrol with the be na there be Bombardier reading is the same thing because Bombardier has become what a student and a professor of akontrol empire no sana na kuma tie enti the forces and kuma face no na omo ye papa omo ye very formidable enye we and the emu de ni bio we ni de omo tam de to bomb the fire say en to bomb me boa yen to bomb pa butie me hello
Obadi eto nka koso why
do me that way enti enkuma before kwana eto de bia de kase obi 90 de bia enkuma koye prime minister 90 ni eto bomb ekwa ma no dada na ye 1963-65 de no ba ko esi wo Independence Square no eye Madam Elizabeth yina asantoa na se ko na owo nse bomb na edidi mu otimi nyimi cheye ama enkuma bomb na to ye na
Bombardier ye enye de to nkroma na yepesi ehu yepesi ehu strate you say yeni hold day enti no
me ma preamble
preamble na say de bia nkroma fo no mo amje nkroma di no mo de ma ye de bia
o say poncha hwa and ye say ye o say oka and ye no na ha ehia me na me de masem na de so no man ka pra na ye enti nkroma so nya say no me nkofo nso aba obeka ya etina de bia e ba wo ye scientific wo ma introduction to teacher review no me nipa no hu je no bi obe no na wa ba adenti na CPP ene nipa CPP no omutimi nye se de omuso ye no sebi ayi samo wusu le to nyom o si akoko ye ntwiwa set up wo so no masameboa nso wa ana wo mana sabedwem enti adenti na akoko tapro wo no masa wotimi sabedwem akoko na bubu ni taban wasuso le bunte na wasa. What am I trying to say? Tama 1960 February 22nd or 28th whatever you two nkrumano almost nkruma nya de no and naturally for Libericans for by the likes of J and Kamoba no mutu nkruma. Omoba no the first one say they banned the CPP. They banned the CPP. EJJ confiscate omo properties na and how will you operate? And the course wa kosi say buzi abaye obefedaye ebubu antaba no chambers by obubu ntaba no omunyanso no mu pe CP kakra wo nkoma no munye sua the good quality of nkoma to a chambers no or sympathize we yin no and no be what to say and no more yin na nkoma template na ti uyi nkoma fu a champon from 19 can say 72 to 78 no obi no to a champon and no more irrigation works ne that some estate no me be it's just like Nkoma and you call 78 Frederick Akufo to a chamber for and Kofankomo buy 79 JJ buy and sana a to buy no and I'm saying you be election and almost the BCP within there it a constitution can say ya ban it you to over call election I want to for CPP here it was almost CPP no and I'm calling PMP and I'm kofa Dr. Hila Babini Hila the Manidian Casano Hila Bambini and the Limani Denso question at Russia and this one or the Toso Nidian Casa Hila Bambini and the PMP. 18 said look at the literature review. No, Obiquan data when the edit the PMP by PMP and non CPP, but Yabani CPP. No, 1979 88 election of Cotono and now. The Tousu, I can say, I think it's a popular for party, no, only Omoko first round, no, Lima beat the Kakri, but second one, I won't get a penna, Lima winning ye. Lima was to say, Kofankoya or by Centenani, I can say, Batija, Anna, JJ, Wasama, Akoko, I Tafra, so I end I Tafra Bubu, Akoko Bubu, Tafra, and Tabano, Najin, so Akoko, so Namaya, no, Akono, no, so Bubu, Akono. And from 1981 BC by 93 there's no CVP, there's no PMP, there's nobody a JJ Nkwa. It's your core constitutional fourth republic says back to civilian rule. And after the Obian and CPP, you say this is your JMU. Wow, you pay UGCC no with Mapa. Wow, pay UPD with Mapa. And now UP points to the BCC there. You said that no kakra. Because UP no one can convoke as a terrorism, you know, history, but into the not because to the Northern People's Party. Can we say Northern People's Party take the order that papa anano omode one of the polytechnics I say University of Development no ono na no wo so mo kam say dankwa buzia dombo na meka no asem and omo say eti omo register party no they Jarocha oko register party dey be ye no na be ka say tetibia na omo di new no na kan nye new and omo ye na ye new patriotic party and new patriotic party na the same as UP. It's the same as PP. It's the same as Popular Front Party. This is what history is all about. And if you know your history, you know what you're coming from. It's from 92 Ebano. Even though it's a CP before now, no more some be Acadia no. Omuni. And a ban so as I say almost CP before so a bit joining PNDC and the disco and almost metabopause NDC meeting. CP follow Edins were they. The one on NDC and a bin Swakoka, a bin Susi, or Matichum Wabe, a PPP, Dr. Indium Diano. It is all share and anonymous the list of elected, registered parties of Ghana. Also, almost 98% in pro in compromise. 2% in a year, UPMU, tradition, PP, a Mama Canizavia, a Libra party or one Ayala Gamo party, but we shouldn't name one GCPP, a CPP, than Latin for party, a CPP, PPP, a CPP, and you will CPP Nagasano. It can go for Pencoman, no. Say no, because for the past 29 years, no, and it's maybe going to rule into or what me hold those the Diana Abicano. It has become like an entrenched a clause in the constitution. Some MPs say, Oma closing all the loopholes. The ultimate room. No moment say, a bit my CPP needs other opportunity. I did say yes, yeah, ni pananism. Because I decided yeah, only pay ye about 5 million to my NDC, 5 million to my NDC. Now, NDC for only people ones who headquarters are or more card bearers. Almost do means only do 1 million. If you 4 million, I can earn from free. And what the CPP has to do is say they can start, maybe they can what do you call it, wait on the presidential and maybe focus say or maybe a parliament now most say or more bedding because up to now as some that's all court almost the abana say a normal abandoned free CPP or some of the mom but abans or end is funny a car by why end is in NPP. NDP so NDP never. 29 years since 92 no. CPP akoko 29 years ni. NDC ababa pa CPP no mama say no ma bebre wa e NDC wo. NPP so ban so na CPP akwa ono enter ban ye bubu ndada ye man be ye pomidaba yewu because information sum na so ho. Enti sanko po mienu no we bo CPP ayase no na we zuzu go the blue enti CPP no or two troubles, one God. Say CPP pa be ye pa de this year the panakas there be walai no more MPP no and this me san go back to our roots said ye lucky to young I'm going back to my roots.
Okay.
Me enko omo CPP enye sada papa said the CPP and whatever method go means they need the resources because omo public share yes who register party so to me almost the 275 constituencies in one also to me at least an office. Now office I'm going way. Say NDC MPP because the AU. Almost no to you. She can MPP. I pay work even through the likes of you guys say Kopo time. One of the I think say or say hey Oko Castle your whole contract biano your percentage the party and your percentage so ko baby. Sana end is one so the president. E bi ko JJ ho maybe to call party office maybe to call side to 29 years no man they can register any office biano. Even the constituency kwa 1,000 kwa na MPP and NDC but CPP akwa ye bia baby in zema hon baby ne ba in the hon na ka trade no bitima ye e di papa enye se be CPP mpese oba o na emum no kan sa akoko wo bubu tafre entaban and akoko nso so no oni panu sa akoko nso ayako no wono so de ne yera wo wo de bebo abenkwan ama na yene de akoda nyame ase e wa sorry dem. Okay. Ani kasa imakasa abegumu. It's a CB idea. Free.
All right. Thank you very much. Ebi abombade edi akuyi eno we say CPP be yeah it is not in the hands of the CPP, it's in the hands of Ghana for Dodona say they will turn away from the MPP and the NDC. Nesadia CPP. Ya mutu. Ya mutu. Ya mutu. Yo, Capito.
Papa Smiley, moi.
Said Bombadi HH, let's say. Kitiosin, Ekasa, Kitiosin, or no?
I can't say it's a small word, say, only a biobia and a rubber penny, I kiki. I'm so in a common issue. A kiki chat, and kiki minute.
Oh, I see. Oh, Missy Minimum. Oh, I see. Thank you very much. I'm going to show to
18. Hey, let kid yours say, what is we are brand here? We'll brought for the A1.
Professor Murray. Everybody spoke with excellence. And I thank God for my own father. That's why he brought me up. Also, no matter what happens, don't hate anyone. Even if you know your enemies, be friends with your enemies. And Mrs. Thatcher also said the same thing in a different format, that it is better for you to be in the same tent with your enemies or your opponents, rather than they be in the next room and you are in a different room. You don't know what they are doing. They are all doing the same thing. So we hate no person. And honest to God, everybody who has spoken very well, especially those who spoke against Kwame Nkrumah. My greatest regret in life as a Ghanaian is that we in Ghana have not got proper or adequate historical records for our own selves. Rather, I studied in schools studying on the British system as they gave it to us in Ghana. English system, I don't know the current crop. I'm saying that we studied, they taught us about the slave trade, they taught us about the World War, First War, World War, Second World War. So, women saying, and of course, as a Christian or a religious person, also a Holy Bible, so no stories in him. So that's why we believe that knowledge is power. That is good enough. But Professor Edu Buahine, one of the key members of NPP, Wanyadi, when he historical books, Wanyadi, he didn't do it well. It's unfinished business, not here. Because the children of Ghana, I also educate them. What records do they really have about Ghana? Meka Ghana, Meka Nkrumah down kwa Buzia Dumbo tradition na. They were fighting. Osaya Bafwa Kutu was a warlord. Oh, you did Kwananka the Ubo Center and West Region. He was a deadly man. Or MPP side. See people also uncle. No, sir, Bafwa Kutu, Sani Efrano, Sanim, Bafwa Kutu. Oh, he was a powerful officer force in the MPP. That's fine. The example I'm there. All these stories, young children baby out. The children baby out. So now in the end, what's happened? We haven't got a full story, the historical record for Ghana. We don't. It's just a part in the union. Now, we know the British and the French Revolution and Russian Revolution. You're saying now, except Ghana's true story, we don't know. And the reason I'm saying that the people would have appreciated Kwame Nkrumah. Yeah, because blaspheme. No, me a blasphemous at all. I am saying the Kwame Nkrumah story. No, what did Jesus Christ in the story? Obia onzu onim no. Because yes, you're also saying the truth. What's the Jesus in the story? Papa is a poor man. Jesus was a poor man. Now, before Jesus, sin and penny for prophets are kasi ewo. Other than Jesus Christ, Nkwana Sebi, often say, ye did. There were Abraham and painful akasi. So, Kwame Nkrumah the same before Kwame Nkrumah. They were proper bigger politicians, from Mensa Saba to Fanti Confederacy to Power Grant to JB Dankwa. Of course, yes. They were other in the Congo quality. I don't know independence, independence. Why did we have his name on top of the independence? Because JB Dankwa didn't want to get involved. Busia didn't want to get involved because the guy was beating them at all the general elections. JB Dankwa Nukrum Kra, Achim one Amakwata, Uforiato and Amakwata, people who don't know. Amakwata with the same cousins of Uforiata. Two were MPP, was MPP and CPP. Amakwata was CPP before. They beat JB Dankwa in his own village. Who was a flag bearer? They flag bearer will lose election on the village. That was JB Dankwa. So the woman now, thank God, Abrafu, they were the referees of all the elections in the Gold Coast. Abrafu, they were the referees. Abrafu Lankasa, they didn't even like Kwame Nkrumah because when the Kwame Nkrumah came, he said independence now. People who would even study Ghana history, yeah, I am Bobo. Obi also English, is English. You see, the bond of 1844. And anybody who understood it. Unless you've got a watching teacher, I blame the teacher. Ignorance is blissful.
Kabito, what good would this history I will share with us do for the current
people don't understand.
History only a kind. Yeah, but see what good. Oh, let's say history. Okay, sir. What good will it be for the CPP, current crop of CPP? That is what we want to find out.
Yeah, the good news will be, okay, let me tell you now. Let me cut it short and tell you. The Nkrumah is partisan. Yeah, we are talking. Okay. We are talking. We are working. In fact, the PNC, the GCPP, Progressive People's Party, the CPP itself, just go back to about just 4 years. 4 years ago, or 3 years ago, they have been talking to merge, to come back together. They have been talking. Now, here, it's a very tough job to do when you are merging. No disagreements in meeting. People who are coming to I mean, say if you know the name of Mike Igana, or he's still alive. Oh, one committee, Ghana minister, the Akamak, not as a kid. Your committee, I play meeting, see before back. And the see before by PNZ phone back, which I say, and it's a tough business. Just like how Kwame Nkrumah convinced all the African leaders, to come to Accra in 1965 for OAU, it's not a small joke. French fool. Come bring Africa together. That's why they didn't want Addis Ababa. That's why I'm getting at. Okay. So yes, we all talk together that we want to make. I can assure you that the year 2022, all the Kwame Nkrumah, we will get together.
Okay. All right then.
They are joking because they don't know. They are not part of it. We are talking. We are going to get together with a remnant of CPP. Yeah, most of our members, they are inside the NDC. That's why the war is. We're going to extract them back home. On whatnot, and all the rest of it. CPP.
All right. And yeah, why? Oh, question. Capito. All right. Musana.
Mr. Kitson.
Yes, sir.
Métier, Kofi Chumaran, métier in some kind of But I have one. I'm worried. I have 1 or 2 questions for you. I want you, whether you agree with me or not. I think Kwame Nkrumah, the name Kwame Nkrumah was and still was an ideology. Do you agree with me or not?
No, sir. I was trying to say it, and Papa Smiley stopped me. If you don't mind me saying that, when Nkrumah came to Gold Coast, he went to Gold Coast in 47 after studying in the US and through UK or by Goku. And some back open or kind or catch the in say the bond of 1844, which was signed on the 6th of March 1844.
Yes,
made it clear, simple English. Yes, sir. English. Say 100 years time. Fanti Confederacy. No only a British government woman signed bond term, but 100 years go back to UK, go back to London. Obi atiasia. Nti kwa mkoma the only political science student too. JB da government we are lawyers into woman politics, woman tiasia. So Nkrumah, when he went there, he was working with the Stokely Carmichael, Dr. Martin Luther King. He learned a lot from them, including Marcus Garvey's ideas.
You are making it too long.
All right,
Habitu, you are making it too long. Me, I don't believe said the Oka said CPP before we come together. I disagree sharply with you. The CPP party, the Kwame Nkrumah CPP, it collapsed on the 5th of April 1961 with the Dawn broadcast. When Nkrumah said all the ministers have one man, one car. Probably said they were building, they were capitalists.
You're right. You're right.
And then we fast forward 5 years later, the coup took place. And Nkrumah was struggling within his own party. He had a bunch of criminals around him. Senior ministers of the so-called CPP were criminals. I know that.
It is true.
Even Liman, Kwaba is 79. Kwabodi said, so Kwaji loan, Abraham Liman, South Africa, Giovanni, a South African Italian. Wakwaji Scano, was he one and a down for the Giovanni? No, this kind of 1 million I said, Okutu. They were still thieves even in 1979. So the CPP and Nkrumah was alone in Guinea until he died with Ambrose Yankee, Boy Moses. The senior ministers were criminals. Kodobo Tio, one probably said they were all not CPP. They were criminals. And Nkrumah set up the Ideological Institute, Sankofi, Peking Baya, and there would have been a shake-up. Naka Ideological Institute, students, so they were coming to take up. So what do them say? You're together. Have they changed the attitude? The attitude of the senior members of the CPP. And Nkrumah is only a dying cry. And look at everybody who claims to be a CPP. One more 10, 20 houses. That is, it doesn't make goes to court when you're happy. He's not happy.
Absolutely.
Agreement with anybody who claims that they're brought together. The people have not changed their attitude. They are just using the name to continue their stealing. So this is my but I hate all those people using the name Nkrumah in school. But they are all thieves. They are all thieves. Tell me I'm wrong. They are thieves.
All right, Kabito. Yenefo anotwe. Why na enema pon no so pepe. Why
Professor Mali, if can you give me an audio of today's deliberations now later on?
You can certainly have it on YouTube. Internet, no problem. Why? It's always at your disposal.
That the last point I was trying to give is that when Kwame Nkrumah came back to Gokusunu, he insisted on independence, self-government now, because sometimes British government, they had exceeded their visa by 3 years. I think in 1944. 1944. Now, because British will fee Ghana 6 March. The Nkrumah came 1947.
The Second World War was in the way. The whole world was at war. You know that.
But so, I know.
Britain could not go through any independence program in 1944. The 100 years, no. The world war was taking the whole world center stage.
Oh, Kwame Nkrumah insisted that no way, they must go now, independence now, self-government now. No, we didn't attempt. After all, you are a poor boy, get off. Now he got off to go and form his CPP. That's why when the train in the bottom, also to way ago. Hinana, how many of you are poor? Obiaman Sasso. JB Danko, they are rich man. Or say, come, we are poor man. Of course, he was a poor man, veranda boy. Or the firm is true. Vanda Boy no ono na Kwame Nkrumah odi popular the whole nation. Vanda Boy na attempt did no na hiafo no na they supported him for CPP to succeed. And that is why we are saying that when he was even in prison, he won from the prison.
All
not
right.
that he was Christ.
Kabito, you better was it. Why? Yeah, Brennan, yeah, my dear. See, I remember a Jacobi, Emra, on for meeting nine. Right after that, and I call Abe so, and we'll be at the crash also near Quadano. A Jacobi, Bamasu.
Hello. Mechiao. And yet, you fool, you know.
Biajo, so we're finching, I know, Bamaso.
I think I see.
Good one, young Quay. Why?
According to Godfrey Bain, so Ghana food, you know.
Oh, me assure so minimum, minimum, so me assure so minimum.
Good. Oh, no, me young tradition, Kakra. Or Ghana, 1956. No, a Labour MP for 10 years into losing in the Nkrumah Far, no. I call Ghana 1956. Into a quiet Nkrumah political advisor. And you know, after that, Romania Attorney General and Justice Minister. The book on which they say CPP a GUI and sign the coup d'etat number. In that they say, Bedema, Akonje, and I tell you, Adam a few. Woman, you know, as a reggae in Nkrumah. In that they say, then Nkrumah. Why party is the four party? As what the prison, Bedema, at the year campaign, you know. What can be beer won't ye? So, what can be beer won't ye? And secondly, the factories, you know, a German and that be about what can factory, you know. According to Godfrey Bain, was your basic we are not part of the nego, not part, you know. I fear. Gukura 80 million people. He doesn't say, Godfrey Bain saw that advice and say, one train nipa. I'm betting me I mind those parties. So, what nipa qualify, I'm what me I mind those parties. Well, we are. The thing they say, we'll see parties, you know, factories, you know, now what they are creating employment. Now, person Busa say, so be a Juma, name for so ma. A bad when you get your draft worker. Huh? Ah, Germans, that be a factories, a good factories, a good. What we need the factories to go here. Huh? Because God forbids to catch it and say, knowledge in the know-how in the country was highly limited. Into one train crop for we see factories in Noah. What the best ones are, I'm a factory to know to me. Well, we are, and we'll go see factories in Nubebri for the simple reason that we will create a Juma. Now, create a Juma now for so man. Over then, what you are at Seneca. You don't have a ton parties, you know, factories, you know. Because factories, no Kukura, we answer will be for us here. Because any panel only qualified personnel to handle those factories. So I say, what do I buy any dear call? And young what lies ahead. So I say, what we lay solid foundation, the Magana, Kagani, Kagana, or year near you can know this level. No solid foundation. He was only after party loyalty. Maybe for Fasipa, one in bookkeeping, or a Northern regional accountant. A what bra was supporting him. Now, for any party of Juma, just as you are a okay. Huh?
All right. Jacobi. NFC and then near Pontem, Yamadias.
Then Kruman, so Tia Futua and Kaganya, in fact, is a Kabia Jumo. Here, Akosombo, Dam, no, and Tama. Motorway, Woodmore, Akosombo Dam, case engineers, consortiums from Japan and Italy, under the leadership, under the supervision of Western experts. What's our because more plan here, and Tamamoto Motor Angels, Portuguese company, once under that company's leadership, and what me and my successful. So beginning and chroma ya uncle for open the bay, I didn't know.
Okay.
None of you show okay.
You.
That is in a beautiful foundation.
Yate. Ajakobi. You better was it. Why? You better was
it.
That is another side of Nkrumah. Yama Ura Abi Emre. Uya kakran kakra. Ne sorry so I don't know. Abi Bamaso. Bamaso Abi.
Yeah, I drink this here.
Beauty. And your young quay. Why?
So what's your topic today? I just came in late today.
Okay, all right. Now
I only heard this man, the last man. I'll respond to him, but you say something.
What we started off discussing was Caputo. He sent me a message behind the scene talking about some of the attacks Nkrumah went under during his time. So me busa say Nkrumah at some point in time, and he was able to outwit all the very ones who may be throwing stones at him. Now, the current crop of Nkrumah is and as a strategy be normal far, they are going to use to come out of the woods, or they will be able to use to come up front in whatever they are doing. Honey a shame common as if free and if you don't know your call when you say maybe someone or can say a fool complains about his torn pocket, but the wise will use it to scratch his balls. You say, and don't know what I say. When in the yard, I say, oneno and yarding. And that has been the conversation in a day. Maybe we might not be able to even address the topic on the table. Another question will be soon by say, what are our responsibilities towards our leaders? Maybe an intimanka and no one and Intiabe. I'm a meeting say, boy in common.
The last issue is about. It's a very broad topic, and it's a very important issue. It's called followership. Do you understand? The question is about followership. Those of us people who are following leaders, the time for leader-centric following is gone. You understand? So as followers, we have to be very strategic. We have to be very demanding in whoever we follow as a leader. I mean, it's a big topic.
Okay.
But my reaction to the last guy who said Nkrumah was building factories, or Nkrumah was building companies without the required expertise or the required personnel, I think he was wrong. You understand? He was wrong. This is what foresight is about. You understand? This is what foresight is about, or this is what development is about. Is he telling us that when they started these technological developments, the people who initiated it started it have the necessary people ready to work in, let's say, the textile industry or the computer industry and so on. They develop it going along, so long as the infrastructure was there, or they created the infrastructure. So Nkrumah did the right thing, and he also initiated, training programs, set up Tenkai schools, Tenkai universities, and so on. He did the right thing. Do you understand? Except that those who came after him, I mean, if you profile the people who came after Nkrumah up to today, I mean, you tend to question. The people, they don't have any foresight. You understand? They don't have any foresight. Look, foresight is different from vision. People confuse these two. Nkrumah had this, both of these. Do you understand? But the person who put the nail, this is why I agree with Ejamensa. The person who put the nail in all our development thing is this Rawlings and his
PNDC, AFS, all those nonsense. Do you understand? That is why sometimes when I look back and I look at Kwesi Botre, I wonder, I mean, what sort of, they undertook ERP, Economic Something Recovery Program, they undertook PAMSCAD and all those things. All these things didn't even rescue our industries. So they rather destroyed and sold all those industries. Do you understand? Meanwhile, all what we needed at the time was effective management. Because the market for the products of these industries were there. Even if the market for Ghana was not even enough, we had the whole West African region to conquer for market for this product. All what we needed were managers who had foresight, managers who can develop these companies into at least sub-regional companies. We never, rather, all what they did were giving jobs to their cronies, to riffraffs, and so on. And this is the consequence. This is the consequence. So to tell us that Nkrumah did the wrong thing, like Kufuor was saying the last time, he didn't. All these things were all nonsense. When he had the opportunity, why didn't he do it? Why didn't he do it? Look, if Nkrumah had his weakness, of course, every human being, has got a weakness. But then, as far as managing Ghana, is concerned, this man put us on the good pedestal. He put the whole country on a good pedestal. We expected people who took over from him, but forget about the military. These Ankara, Free Fire, those people were. I mean, look, they rather destroy the country, and these MPP and these Buzia people. I mean, they were just intellectual for its own sake, like we are experiencing now. Their intellectualism doesn't result in any output for us. It's not benefiting us. It's benefiting themselves only. You understand? So this is what those of us or those people following these people must wake up to. Do you understand? Because the people who are at the helm of affairs right now, they don't care. It is not the interest of the average Ghanaian that they are concerned about. So if you follow them sheepishly, you follow them at your own disadvantage. Because, I mean, nothing these people are doing is working for the country. Corruption, 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 corruption. Look at Akufo-Addo. He's saying the health minister is on leave. I mean, what sort of nonsense is this? Do you understand? Somebody who needs to be dismissed. So they are just buying time. So that they think, like, we've been described by them, Mama and the rest, that we are short memory. So with time, people will forget. Do you understand? Right. So my please, those following these people must wake up. They must wake up. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what is the other topic?
The fool complains about the torn pocket, but the wise uses it to scratch his balls.
Baba Subali, when was it yesterday or 3 days ago? We're discussing about, and I agree. Look, one thing that schools or formal schooling has not done, or if some of them do it at all, is not on the level they are supposed to do. Is thinking. They don't teach us thinking. They teach us aspects of thinking, how to collate information, how to analyze information, but they don't teach us about thinking. What you are talking about is, as I was telling you the last time, is you have to apply a thinking type called lateral thinking. If you undertake a vertical thinking, which is based on logic, do you understand? like this guy is saying, oh, my pocket is torn and so on. Obviously, to you it becomes useless. You understand? But if you undertake other types of thinking, like lateral thinking and so on, you know that, well, if your pocket is torn at all, you could use it for something else. You understand? It's like if you stand in a hole and you need to come out and you feel digging the hole wider. You understand? It's solution. It's not. You understand? It's not. That is logical thinking. That is vertical thinking. Lateral thinking will tell you, dig another hole. You understand? But most of the time, we apply logical thinking in trying to solve problems. It's not. You understand? Lateral thinking encourages creativity. Thinking out of the box.
All right. Yo, Abi, yeah, my dear, who say, oh, feel like I was asking we who and maybe another time. Yeah, no, about them, what boy and come up. Why? I know about boy and come up. What we say? And the wise will use the torn pocket to scratch his balls. But if he has not bathed in a very long time, the hands will also smell very, very bad. Meaning the only one person maybe he's thinking about said earlier on the environment within which you grow the opportunities to say the nakapito ekana, the opportunities that you would find. If the environment is not solid, environment is not well created, you will plant the opportunity, but the opportunities may not grow to see the light of the day. Yo, thank you very much. Now, Yama, Uncle Buddy, Emra, the final word, I don't know. I came meted you know in sorry, so into Uncle Buddy, Yanko.
Yo, Aja, I'm say, Yakika baby, I make so me final work, I crave income. Mamona ebunu say CPPO say other people be a mbaka mo habu omu gina ye a sene amamu no kono say bibia asesa de na say ya na ombeba betoto ayampia de a obi obeba bia wa chance obi obeba bia wa chance because me hwe last 4 years records na do di gu fam efa amamu no ho a na chese airtime this is so guso ba me dem we hope say time into obetima asesa ba say ya no be na wo beka no mo ato ama no wo be yese no mo ato ama obi ko demonstration na ni pieto kra tote ya ye de no now amamu no so nko ye nti nipa nya scan to ata de pa wo te abrochire ko shop asa wo nko to force te bia beto ade mo no nti ente but say ye guso ni ebeka na nipa ba akutimi di sika we ti sad manu de sad manu de me magic aka na say ebeye din say na do betima aka se wa fire no se si no information manya say guso ye negotiation say won ti ase na or resign by papa no so no crofo ebe ne say no crofo discussion ama what me charge government ye go ni mu ase enti no hwenie anya sa o political career na mbisa mo say na political career ni bi wa hinfa bi yes we are papa wadi ne yamam aman a wadi anim yi fine why wadwuma watwa odi usama o party no obia o tinche bia nim say sika na edi ye no enye adwuma no edi ye obia na dwi mu da ho nimpa prefe but at least or no so pay the usama party no e pay the usama na na so appointed no enti no ebeye din say adwumamanu ye de adwumamanu be court na ya ko prosecute adwumamanu e wo sa na o ma we enye ono nko ana e koso enye ono nko ana e koso but amamo we no de ehu ne say omo ya de na wo yi wani wo be kakra na ye gu so ya nku a ye be pe ba bi do afa wo boy be a friend teacher Kojo papa say wo hu na
teacher Kojo that's right
good and no ma boy yi ne bɔne paa ne sɛ ɔyɛ teacher ni deɛ ha no ɛna ɔyɛ ɛna ɔshow nneɛma challenges a wɔteaching no mu fɛ baabi asisi yɛde ne nam wei a ayifo afrɛ ni gs afrɛ ni a wɔn akɔte ne wɔn ne wampere a yɛbɛsoma kɛdɛdɛ japan ne na nkurɔfoɔ akɔrɔ so
yo uncle body ɛnɛ deɛ mebrɛ ne nti na mɛma adeɛ si ya why baabi adeɛ si na yɛ ma me why thank you very much sɛ gyama hu sɛ wosome ne baa no no nti no deɛ ɛfɛ si yɛ ma me na mema Kwabena nso mmra meeti mienu pɛpɛɛpɛ Kwabena yɛnkɔ
papa I'm sir ebi a ma ho sɛ Mr. Kitiosin asɛ wasi ba bi ana ɔna baabi a wotie as ka kyerɛ na ne sɛ ma ɔmo nsan ne ɔmo yɛ no ɔmo nkɔ so ana ɔmo ka Kwame Nkrumah party fo ni nyina mum na party no o de enye baako so ɔmo adwene nyɛ adwuma no ɔmo nte ɔmo ho ase kora na ɔmo nka party ni mum ne ɔsɛ bi a o pointe on sase bi a party we na Kwame Nkrumah ya ya bɔ ni din abɔ no ofi mu a enye sɛ bi ɔmo badwene ɔmo mu interest mo sɛ bi a we ne yɛpɛsɛ yɛ gyi tumi ne bi ne girls akɔkyeli o ba ɔmo bɛyɛ party na si wa ma the future generation sɛ in the next 2-5 years no papa die kro term tuo ebetu Ghana for no obey relevant e Ghana politics mu dan Kwame Nkrumah yemfa ya no fafa se me do papa e se me ya ade e be ma papa din aka asasi so enye se bia me kana me dor mi wu ko anasa control mechanism omumusa friend say abi control mechanism ni nya adwuma wo CPP no na trickle down enye se bia ba na Kwame Nkrumah me na me shine su me na be pan pabo ho no eno na se papa Kwame Nkrumah de oye se wate adname obey so see factory no papa yo hey Canada Japan we sit down be play gu honom ne ma na omo honom ye 22 pe oni vision o vision pa se nkwada ne ba no man fa adwen papa ameto papa ne ma no so ammo ho ban a omo no ye agimifo Kwame Nkrumah factory no be see ye no o de adwen papa na ye omo mbetina factory no so eso omo to aso etenji no de ko anim si ye ko anim nya ne ye sibika ho ne ye sibika ho ne ye ko anim no omo no ye agimifo omo antimi anto akwa Kwame Nkrumah ne ma no so ade akwa ame ye no o ya ade papa onim si ye ko anim ne ye benyi na de aprofo asi nyuma ne ade ye sesa manfo mfi Vietnam ne other places ma America me ye adwuma ti gye so ka factory no go ne so ko sesa manfo fi Togo ba say ye factory no go hodo ye nyani pa mo mo nye enti ye fa mo mo na mo me ya de na ka boni be na Kwame ye Kwame boni o ye no ne ne wayi se papa ye to dan bi fi akwa bi ho no ye adwuma UTC manager e okopodua papa na ntina me 74 no because UTC ona na me post ku am konante eni ho biem e dan na to ye no kese iska na UTC sika no e na ode kosi sa dan no instead so e ma adwuma na konanim na bi akobi another UTC no ode kosi dan esi baby Kwame boni awa ne wayi omo mbeto akwa ame ne ma no so no omo ye jimifo no omo nim nyansa jimifo Ghana ka say go bona omo beto akwa no mantimi ade
yate
why CPP for so say CPP we mo 1,000 groups it the property na ye ministry of information dan no ye de ma CPP for omo ne wan ne de be ma no aye na say why ne mfa ma no
Kwabena
mo ka party ni kona
yeah but that's it all right thank you very much yeah semo Oba Patricia Oba Patri Patricia bia ne opese otie keke yo ene ete hono mo why na me eja mensan so 2 minutes eja mensan yenko
Baba Swari
yenko
Kwame Nkrumah oba no na onim de education level Ghanaian I knew was low nti or set up training schemes for the personnel factory sisi ni nyina na education adi tama adi friend the demand no buy no demand government composition I'll tell you the man himself was a doctorate ne deputy Dick Johnson was a doctorate or tech in charge of the department I friend Nabila was a doctorate Dr. Nyani was a doctorate. I offend then Western region. Let's even go to Western region in Yang. Western region, Minister of Education, Dr. Kwame Okran, Dr. Modibo Okran, Dr. Isaac Chroboa, Dr. Adai Mensah, they were all part of the government. In a factories, all did that, no, state government corporation now, Bonsa factories, they were all qualified people, what train or Jimpa, who we university, You don't go straight to the working market. You go to Jimpa, and then for 3 years, over to your cow, about civil service and public servants. All and all did at the factories, Once you buy no be you engineer. Papa no kasa no. On chat the once you buy we you all the qualified people ready. Not on 12 factories ban no crofo. Na yiri bi. Once na yiri cotton so Shamo Dr. Kokuchiyama Kotoi. When you know NDC phone to even private companies kura na on your government kura they invaded the place. Siani factory. Tata Brewery, Uncle Fai, Kwa Motors, Uncle Fai. And I baby any idea, Lawrence Kwashi, ne company. Sa NDC for no free their government, Uncle Gigi Nina, or messing up. Until Papa Casano, a boy of free the dark crack on. Look at that Kwame Kuman Tinko. He's a liar.
And yeah, assumption. Oh,
yeah, liar.
Yati, thank you very much. And yeah, you have to ask him, I know what you know. Why? You have to ask him. You, Mr. Aka, offer of you also meet me. Why? I let you.
Well, yeah, I am. You are.
Young, meet me.
I mean, what is important to me, and you say, Ghana at 64 years, it's a problem for me because if you anywhere possible, or my say, and cry chroma a fee, maybe I'm a bomb. So I'm asking the government to get up and work hard because you're a preventable, a fee felt, airborne diseases. It's sad. No one guys are cathedral in Samaya or no one yama. Are you good for the Obia leader? The whole country. People are suffering. People are sleeping rough. Your people are picking up Yaria and Kitty because of government failure. None of the assemblies is working. And they are bylaws. Someone there and record if you want it will go to them. And it's everywhere. That's a reflection of how filthy the whole country is. Now you've seen the pictures with your eyes. So a bone because that is organized open. And now for years, people are generating filth. And now one more minute. Said you also that if you know who can go to them, you timid the fertilizer, you timid the generating energy, power. It's done in most all over the world. One first one, Cathedral, Ghana, and separate if you know you need your power cry, electricity cry more. That is what a leader, a critical thinker does. And yet, Niema Basabasa Cathedral Fasuera, it's a useless project.
All right. Evajum, Yati, I think your point is well made, and a strong one as well. Mamma, Bombardier, and so for 2 minutes, say. Na, Abby, as well for 2 minutes. Bombardier. Bombardier. Also for 2 minutes. Why?
You're me that no say no, the best can you say. CPP, also they be a CPP properties are obviously saying, Ghana, don't they be so. The NBC NPP no, Omonoma on the Omonoma 92 equal registration. No, at them was send an MPP war, and then no must in the NBC war. And see, but can you so many no CPP because the heart of their country is still the CPP. Only penny sa. Quite a CBP no enya in Bamaka is a PDF free, you book na pray. And we are control it to Intercano bit me to Nina. And you say Supreme Court won't to me Eddie Atamaso, no to me Eddie property cinema CBP because MPP in this 29 years and no more money. Say 2016, NBC, woman see a can't say, woman see a office, almost by $20 million. Let's come in paying. Here or say party no you will create a school no name why not to cast no one big galley. NPP tama eduba yimba ne sika se no wo eti omotuma yes anoma na jombo dum nyina etena no enti se wo ko jim se CPP for na band ye dia ene na property bia NPP ne ndi se nye bia se o ma ye bia no o mu declare ma said by 92 a o se ko hwe no mo mutumenya enti no se papa CPP maka se nipa na wo fe fundamentally o mu ne CPP no because of the income factor no the aura is still there. Enti say Supreme Court no 20 you know what can say for property more but or person with a year because we share most of the year across and come practice we see no all the best and no my you soon na ye and come regime no one sounds and come CBP in property no here so we say ye the massive CBP NPP is na property be o we na ye divestment na no o mutimi operate bi enti o mbe so me ya say sa property in from CBP. And you know, say justice delayed is justice denied, yeah. And na you can say yes, so moto freedom justice, yeah. Nah, I don't think this is justice anyway. Say UBC party be property, say because say or time onipa. Na can say that jiji mo almost so be quite some the other day yanka say the NDC ko property. And then I say NPP for so almost so golopri a state you know. So that's the NDC be can say. You know, you cut justice there. Say, you know, insane. You know, I'll say equal on equal pedestal. And you say, "Obi there, there be omopanko." No, Obi on so boy ya. What me lay foundation? Why ya cost more damage to money? Exam money adi. Or no family sa part no senkai. You didn't properties in amano. Because why you quite some corner and no more yeah. You so one year you can no one Ghana. That's what you see to put your pay home. In fact, you can now akupuka the kase. On the one papa ne papa dia we kohwini enye ne papa ye duada kupa do opa je ma ama na obedia de no one property bia so amba on so ne ka se discuss obi o tin papa anye hwe ze na se discuss amba ne papa eja papa bia discuss it we mu wo mko mu di concept nkwa no ye keep omo party se keep property not how much more CBP no enam so a etiminya independence na no me be pray you ko wiasa pe nye mo MPP na ndc CBP na ni no because of nkoma you know.
Thank you very much. Yeah, Prince the Bombardier. Now, and Patricia, my friend, view Patricia, oh.
Patricia, did your love? Can they just
assumption there? I want to phone you. Abe, Abe.
Yeah, Papa Smiley.
For 1 minute, why?
Only 1 minute.
Okay, two.
Look, the CPP case. It's like somebody who has bought a very well-established or a well-branded company or organization, but still cannot manage it. Do you understand? The only political party I have, intentionally, tried to join was a CPP, but I stopped. Because they were not organized. I mean, the structure of that organization needs to be completely revamped. They have to change the whole thing. You understand? Because the structure alone.
Please apply the control mechanism in that party, please.
Well, I went there. I tried to do something. But as I'm saying, the structure alone, the structure and the attitude of the people, I remember a few occasions, people were mentioning who their fathers were, who their uncles were, and so on. I said, come on, I didn't come here to come and listen to who your father was, who your uncle was. That is not why I'm here. Do you understand? So the CPP, they've got a brand. They only have to manage it properly. And they have to start by reorganization. Do you understand? But I was so disappointed, so I stopped. Because when they go to their meetings, I went in London. Do you understand? I went to London here. And it was true. Most of their leaders were there was one man, Mr. Akrofi, who was very influential in the government. He went to Ghana. They went to kill him. As a result of probably some affiliation with this PNDC, FRC thing. They killed him. They went to his house and killed him. Do you understand? So these were some of the issues, but they need to reorganize. They need to. I wasn't impressed with the structure. So I just left. And there are people who think that because of their historical links or their parental links, there's nothing anybody can tell them. You understand? So you can't function in such organization. Anyway,
all right.
So this is where we are.
Okay, Abi, you better ask. You fancy ya? I'm say will be brand Quebec, but you fancy ya. Na yento aso another time. Why? And deputy ni ho no so pepe was say yes sorry so.
Because the deputy didn't come, that's why Patricia didn't want to talk.
Hey, I'm for any assumptions. Hey, moya dio. Hey.
Obia woni hanu.
Yo, yate. Ai. Ye fancy ani na obi bia ase. And then you say questions. You see questions be say miensa. Asema onua ba ko de ba ye no maybe another time na say ochina ye be hwe na yaka ho asem wo say what our responsibilities towards our leaders. Any asembusa onua ba ko de ba ye maybe ochina na say da foforo ye be ka eno ho asem. Sam radio bibi aye krado na open in term nti oba na wona abunsama fa wonumu no mo a tsabi enche sabi ansa kira na adwena obekọ bunsam dim no bibi ebe kasa e oba bu numu e de akire mo nsa kira ma adwene kama na osura hemamu no ayemu dia medi no yensesa no ne papa smile dwumadi ehu chia me nyame adma ya wada ochina ye beba na ya beto ase. Until then family what to say was praise right after that.
Papa Smiley, you have told you my position already in the 144. You are still
let me check here say oh you're setting about opposition now.
You don't know.
You fancy na nyame adma ochina ya to ase why.
Say na me da na me serious. Me say me got to move na me say. Ya kwa me kubi ya ba me ba na me na se kan ya ma konta. Cause we are si mo bi show bi be. Ti me ya ju ma den na ma ti pe. Aban you met so me chiripi. Nsa din ka krevi me mboni mi. Friday ba kubi na ma club. Me nyamba ya ba kuya na ma choke. One corner, one gana. So ti asia na na yama. I brand to my bro, me young commander. But me music, na me them no aba. Na me them no aba. Yeah, teni pana kamani, teni pana kamenu vie. Kakete give me the shabby, kakete give me the shabby. Teni pana kamani, teni pana kamenu vie. Kakete give me the shabby, kakete give me the shabby.
Praise the Lord. Hallelujah in the highest. Nyawa enyo nyame, wasile enyo nyame. All by your mercy and your grace, I am grateful. You've turned my life around. Now I'm a shining star.
Yeah, say about this kind of I'm daddy. Me this car, me go to but I'm a planning. I know what I could do, more routine I have me. Di ma teme kame kuti bona wabe kame. Boka ma sam de via minte. Mene oka na se minte. I'm focused. The best I'm my own boss. Ten wanna feel. I be boss and ben I'm at it. They say my songs be a real one crown. And so until be a just having crown. I know go run from me. Today them say they be. Nani na me da say. Mama ta fonga so ti ase. Teni pano kamani. Teni pano kamenu fi. Kakete give me the shabby. Kakete give me the shabby. Teni pano kamani. Teni pano kamenu fi. Kakete give me the shabby. Kakete give me the shabby.